Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. We are back once again with a special live edition of Tru Heel Heat. This time, it is Tru Heel Heat 110, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a hell of a ride. I know you're used to seeing our great intro video when you see us, but on these live editions, you get the countdown and we get right to it. On this edition of Tru Heel Heat, we will be discussing the latest wrestling news, including the huge WWE Network sale to NBC Peacock this week. We will be discussing WrestleMania plans taking shape ahead of this Sunday, the possibility of a Ronda Rousey return. Yes, I said Ronda Rousey return.
Damn.
Week 60. Week 63.
It's too early in the morning. It's too early.
Love it.
Week 63 of the Wednesday Night Wars. With
How do you like to
WWE
trigger me so early? I don't understand this. But okay, go ahead.
With WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite, and preview and predictions for WWE Raw Rumble 2021 tomorrow night. I am back once again with the princess of all the Tru Heels, Miss Krssi Love.
Good morning. If I had the Alexa Bliss glove, I'd be like, let me in. But what does it say? Is it hide and seek? I don't know, but let me in, peeps. Good morning. Hello. Happy Saturday. It's Royal Rumble weekend. I am very excited somewhat. I still don't know who I'm going to pick yet, but I'll probably know by the end of this broadcast to let you guys know who my prediction is going to be. But let's get this started. I'm happy to see you guys. Missed you. It feels weird. I did not see you guys the other day. And, let's get it popping. Let's go. Hi, Top Guy JJ. Miss you, bro.
Hey, boo. This might be the first line. This might be the first Tru Heel Heat ever where Krissi's intro is actually going to be longer than mine.
well, let me introduce you first.
I love you. Miss you.
Oh, I still got a chance. There's still a chance. I still have a chance.
I get a little appreciation.
Yeah, of course. I still have to talk to you too. I can't leave you out.
My brother glows in the dark, man. He's glowing
in
the dark over there. Even though it's crack of morning, he is glowing.
Once again, is the resident Tru Heel alcoholic himself, Top Guy JJ.
Oh my God. First thing I saw was this radiance in the morning. Boo, how are you? Waking up so early.
Yes.
Her did, Face did.
I had to put on a little something for you guys. It's a celebration.
The ring is blinged out, so you creeps out there know that she is perfectly taken, you scumbags. This is just she is just such a special person, and I miss her all the time. SP is SP, but it's my guy, man. He loves a tough love, man. Listen, the intro of our show is him getting his ass kicked, so he's used to it.
Yeah,
he's used to this stuff. He starts off our show taking a chair shot to the back, so he's used to this stuff.
That is actually a good point. I didn't think of it like that. I was like, what do you mean? I get my ass kicked.
Gets his ass handed to him on a weekly basis. Whether it's wrestling and getting into the New Orleans Thunderdome that we had, or he loses a debate every single week. Even though he comes in with his Google book of knowledge, even though he comes in, lit off Google,
Lit off Google. Now
Krssi. I gotta show you something that my baby got for me. Oh my God. When I tell you I love this woman, like I'm telling you. So first of all, right? So check this shit out. So I am officially a bartender now. So boom. Look at this shit. Look at this shit right here. Now hold on. I am not done yet, right? So guess what else? She got me ice bullets. Like they're like bullets for real.
Oh, so you freeze them?
These shits are so lit. So I don't need to keep refilling my motherfucking drinks with ice no more. So I feel, come on, I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna drink these. So if you have kids, these are not safe for kids, nor do they look appropriate for kids at all. Because you literally look like I just tossed a bunch of bullets in there.
Yeah, that's so cute. I love it.
The revolver clip too. It's like the whoo, this shit is fire, brother. I was like, oh shit. Come on, SP. Even you can appreciate this with your non-alcoholic ass. Then I got my measurer. Yo, she
so she got you a whole set.
Got me a whole set, boo.
That is
like,
so
oh
cool.
God, yo,
Tell her to send me a link. I want that.
And then on top of that, since she knows that I'm the alcoholic extreme, like check this out.
You definitely are an alcoholic extreme.
Check that out.
You're gonna be mixing all kind of drinks there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making everything, boo. So I was like, you know what I mean? So I was like, let me come on this bitch a little early. I was like, I wasn't gonna have a drink to start off the show, but you know, I'm just saying with this.
I mean, it's 12 o'clock somewhere. I get
to measure. Oh, it's happy hour somewhere.
Yeah.
I get to measure my shots, so I'm gonna actually see how many I usually have because I usually fill it halfway. So I'm like, oh shit, I usually have like 4 shots per cup. That is fucking insane. Because I usually fill it halfway and I'm like at 2 and I'm like almost, oh shit, this shit is crazy. I'm just saying. Oh, so what a morning.
You see, you're still longer than me.
Oh, I told you I had a chance. I had a chance. And then
I knew that was bullshit.
And my boy came perfectly on time. The exalted one in heaven, you know what I mean? Came right on time. Come on. I mean, I had a chance. I had to break it, you know?
Well, thank you for that long soliloquy monologue.
Soliloquy. If you're gonna use my words, if you're gonna use my words,
if you would listen, but
you're gonna use my words, say it right. I
used it right the second time, and if you ever listened to me, you would know that. But this is a message to everyone watching. Push the like button on this video right here. Comment in our live chat if you are watching with us live. We want to know what you guys think about the latest wrestling news right here on Tru Heel Heat 110. And it's your way to become a part of this show. And you are the key special guest to the show. We may have a special guest before the end of this edition of Tru Heel Heat, but you guys are always the special guest. So join the live chat, comment in the comment section, like this video, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, family. Push the subscribe button. We are less than 40 subscribers away from 1K, ladies and gentlemen. So push us along on that journey. We want to hit that 1K mark very, very soon. And all of you live can help us along with that journey. So, and of course, press the bell to stay notified so you can get the notification when we go live. Because not only do we have Tru Heel Heat 110 today, tomorrow night, the Royal Rumble, one of the biggest events of the year. We're going to be live back here on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel with our live pay-per-view roundtable review.
Oh, wow.
WWE
Raw Rumble 2021.
Oh my goodness. Who's on the show?
Oh, it's lit.
You gotta push the notification and be notified when we go live, and you can find out who is with us live. But of course, you know, the invite is always open to Miss Krssi Love and Top Guy JJ. Glad to have the
hurt. I'm about to give you the Hurt Business quote and say I'm in.
There you go. There we go. We got another entrant into the Tru Heel Raw.
Yeah, I'm not doing the whole you got to earn your shit. I'm gonna be like one of them cats on Raw because everybody on Raw happens to just declare themselves without having to do anything.
No, not it. Not actually. No, the more people on Raw have been told that they can't declare.
My bad. Unless your name is Ricochet.
Exactly. AJ Styles is the gatekeeper of the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if anybody's been made aware, but this has been a pretty historic week. Not even talking about the WWE Network. You know, AJ Styles is the gatekeeper for the Royal Rumble. Sting and Darby taught us that the definition of hoodlums changed. We had you shouldn't sell shirts at events or you'll get assaulted by Team Taz. We learned a lot this week, and we are gonna get into it on this edition of Tru Heel Heat. But this edition of Tru Heel Heat is brought to you by our good friends over at Mission Pro Wrestling. Mission Pro Wrestling's next event is actually next Saturday. It's going to be February 6th in Boudou, Texas at Pinball's Kingdom. February 6th, actually, and the event is called Wishes Granted. It's a whole bunch of wishes granted by different wrestlers as well as the fans. Thunder Rosa, who is the owner of Mission Pro Wrestling, her wish was to verse her rival, Allison Kay, inside of a steel cage. This is going to be Thunder Rosa's first steel cage match ever, the first steel cage match in Mission Pro Wrestling ever. But you also got Holodead versus Genocide. You got La Rosa Negra versus Maddie Renkowski. It's a huge lineup. I was actually on their preview show this past Tuesday, so definitely check out Mission Pro Wrestling, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can get information if you're in Texas to get tickets, or you can watch it on Title Match Wrestling Network. And you can also find this edition of Tru Heel Heat on Powered 4 TV, our favorite UK streaming site. But of course, this is Tru Heel Heat. This is our weekly podcast. So we start things off with our Tru Heel roll call. This is where we shout out you, everyone supporting the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, as well as Tru Heel Heat on all social media platforms. We start things off with our Tru Heel Trinity, the top 3 conversation starters on the Tru Heels group page, also known as the Negro Bucks, Nick Jacksons of the world. I just want to let this be known before I say these 3 names. We are now 10 episodes since Tru Heel Heat 100. And we retired his jersey. But yet every week, Nick Jackson is still number 1 in actuality.
Of course,
he's still number 1 on the Tru Heels Facebook page. I just wanted to make that clear.
We said that was going to happen, though.
I mean, Nick is a true heel. I mean, he's through and through, blood in, blood out, true heel. He's a true heel.
Yeah.
Through and through.
You gotta love him for his dedication and sticking with this. Like, we might get to like Tru Heel Heat 1000 and Nick Jackson may still
be the top guy.
The number 1 conversation.
I think he'll be so old at that time that he'll actually allow us to call him then Nicholas.
There we go. The Negro adult. Conversation starters coming in at number 3 is the New Japan aficionado James Wims. Coming in at number 2 is Amp McLennan Dominic. And coming in at number 1 is Josh Mitchell. Congratulations to all you guys. A couple of more Tru Heels we got to shout out here. We got Jay Wild, aka Miss Doom, who is one of our followers over on our Twitter page. That she actually just discovered the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel this past week and sent out a nice little tweet saying great voices, lots of excitement. I love the video. So thank you, Jay Wild, for that great approval, great review that you left on Twitter. Dale Young. We also got WrestleScope TV, Jonathan Anderson, and Anjan PN. Those are a couple of our followers on Facebook and Twitter. Our subscriber highlight, we got Rated R for Wrestling, commenting on Richie's Raw recap. Raw been on a streak of bad shows with no end in sight. Seems though like Alexa and Edge may be the favorites to win the Rumble. James Dugan says, you guys thinking of making merch? ? I'm from the UK, but the shopping price would be worth it. James Dugan, I left it. I didn't even reply to you on the actual the video that you commented on because I wanted to comment to you here. Yes, we have made merch in the past, and we will be producing merch in the future. So stay tuned to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, and we'll have more information on that with you. But guys, the last couple of weeks, we started off the show with what we missed. That's how we usually start off our show. But this week had some major breaking news that we got to talk about right off the back here. And yes, I am talking about the massive deal with WWE selling the network to Peacock, NBC Peacock, for $1 billion over 5 years. In a major deal, WWE has signed a multi-year agreement that brings the service brings the WWE Network service to the Peacock streaming service in the US. So our UK viewers, don't be too alarmed. Peacock and WWE announced on Monday that they have signed an agreement that gives the NBC Universal Service exclusive streaming rights in the United States. The network will launch on Peacock on March 18th. I believe that is around the same date as Fastlane or 3 days before Fastlane. According to the Wall Street Journal, WWE's deal to have Peacock on the network is a big one financially, as well as in terms of impact. The outlet reports that a person familiar with the deal is a 5-year one and is valued at over $1 billion. The report confirms that the network will officially shut down as an independent streaming service, and Peacock will license WWE's programming, including WrestleMania and pay-per-views. The news comes just days after it was reported that NBC was shutting down the NBC Sports Network by the end of 2021 and moving live sports teleclasses to USA Network and, to a lesser extent, Peacock. It was speculated at the time whether WWE would be affected by live sports broadcasts moving to USA Network. Of course, WWE Raw is safe. They have almost 3 decades of, being in that spot on Mondays, but it was more of a question with WWE NXT on Wednesday because that is the day that the hockey usually is predominant on. Variety reports that Peacock will in fact have all pay-per-view live events, including WrestleMania and SummerSlam, available to subscribers for no additional charge. Traditional pay-per-view purchases will still be available to non-Peacock subscribers via their cable networks. The report also confirms once more that the network will be available for just $4.99 per month, ladies and gentlemen. Cheaper. Yes, with ads. That's with ads, though, and $9.99 a month without ads. Variety reports that the network.
Okay, so still spending $10. Okay, great.
Yeah. The Variety reports that the network subscriber base will be migrated over to Peacock Premium. Fightful Select reports said that they spoke with several wrestlers about their reaction to the news. One wrestler said that they hadn't heard the news until it was announced, then added the company's profits would be massive. With regards to the price of $4.99 a month with ads and $9.99 a month, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer stated that under the deal, NBC Universal does have the power to change the pricing of tiers involving WWE Network, pay-per-view events included. However, while NBC Universal might raise the price on the subscription in the future, there are reportedly no plans to do so right now. It was also reported on Wrestling Observer Live that ESPN was in the running with ESPN Plus to be the services provider that was going to purchase the network, but WWE chose to go with Peacock because they do have a deal with NBC Universal as well as Fox. They didn't want to anger both of them, so just decided to anger one. And ESPN was in the backwash of that decision, and ESPN has made the decision to cease WWE coverage on the website as well as television following losing out on the deal to Peacock. So that is a lot to digest, Krssi Love and Top Guy JJ, but got to ask you, what are your thoughts on WWE selling the network to NBC Peacock for $1 billion? Start with you, Miss Krssi Love.
It just means that the McMahons are much richer now than they were on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's all that means to me. So I'm still going to be spending my same $10, so I'm not really getting a discount. Am I right? Because I don't really care.
But you're getting a lot more content, though. There's a lot more content that comes with this deal.
So I not only get the other stuff, also WWE stuff.
Yeah, the moment this news happened, I put up on Twitter that the WWE has finally gave me a reason to watch the Saved by the Bell reboot. I've been meaning to have a reason to watch the reboot, and now WWE, thank you WWE, you finally gave me a reason to watch my Saved by the Bell reboot. I want to see Zach Morris as mayor of California. I think that's just gold.
Oh God, sure, okay. So pretty much this is going to affect this year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, March 18th.
Yeah, it goes in a couple
March
months.
18th. So do they give? Yeah, that's not even like a couple months. So do I get to like? I hope they don't charge me for March with my other subscription because I'm going to cancel it. No, don't charge me twice now.
Depends on the date. Depends on the date of your subscription.
Oh, you're right.
So say if your subscription to WWE Network it renews March 2nd, you will get charged on March 2nd and then on March 18th when you resign to Peacock. So cancel your subscription before the date of the launch, so you can only get charged once time that month.
Okay, and then so are they just like letting go the whole app itself, or the app is still going to be like Are they still gonna have the app?
There's only going to be the app in the UK. In the US, it's going to be done on March 18th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you'll be able to access the network through Peacock's app.
Yeah, but the good thing is that, like I said, your subscription migrates over. So all you have to do is download the Peacock app.
Oh, okay. So so I didn't even have to. Okay, got it. All right, fine. So all I have to do is just transfer it over. Okay, it's just like when we did HBO Max. Okay, sure, great. I'm with it. Okay, wonderful.
So to give you a little, so Peacock is a free streaming service that will have things that you can add and buy on that streaming service, and WWE Network will be one of them. Now, this is.
So for $9, I'm sorry, JJ. So for the $9, it still will be the same thing as just going over, and I'll still get all my WWE content from Peacock.
Same shit.
Yeah, and now you got extra stuff you can watch outside.
You got classic shows. You got classic shows that you can watch, things that they purchased that you can just add and watch to your television set. They're just now adding the promotional price of that for WWE Network. And for anybody in planet Earth that thinks that the WWE is ever going to go away, this deal proves that they're never going anywhere. They over 5 years would have never, ever had 200 million subscribers to their network. That is what they're getting per year.
Okay.
They're getting $200 million per year.
It just made them more richer.
Their average network subscription, they have maybe about a little over like 1.5 million subscribers right now at $9.99 a month. So they're making like, what is it? Maybe 10 million a year off their network. Maybe even if that.
They're probably losing money right now.
They are literally profiting so much off cyber money that they just recovered from the pandemic with this deal off cyber money. Like, that's basically what just happened. They literally recovered themselves.
Okay, recover. This is.
They put a severe dent in it. A severe dent in this recovery.
That's to say that they had to recover.
No. We knew that they had hundreds of millions already extra.
Yeah.
But anything that they maybe have lost over ticket sales, over the live revenue, they got it all back. They literally got every dollar plus some back without having to sell a single fucking ticket.
No,
like some things, you got to just tip your hat to them because they're just fucking smart. There's just some people in the game that just has those couple of geeks that just says, take this, you'll never see this many subscribers, sell the damn network, swallow the pride pill, and just take this fat check.
And it's like crazy because for years there had been people like saying, oh, the WWE's got to sell if they really want to make money off of the network. And like, it just boggles the mind that they were able to kind of pay this off. And, between three deals, you had the $500 million deal with Fox, which was massive. You had, I think it was like 350 with NBC Universal to put USA back, put Raw back on USA. And now this deal for $1 billion.
It's unbelievable.
No,
they paid off all their salaries, bro. They paid off all their wrestler salaries. They paid off all the Thunderdome fees.
The unbelievable part is that there was actual wrestling fans that was like, when they released all that talent, like, oh, WWE's struggling right now. They're going through a global pandemic, guys. Like, they gotta make that somehow. They're just rubbing pennies together, ladies and gentlemen. It's they had to get it in somehow. They had to get it in. But hey, I think we lost Miss Krssi Love.
Yeah, we just got the pretty face still. You got the pretty still face there. As long as it's a pretty face, as long as yours not frozen.
It's a still image. It's great.
But I'm telling you, man, like seeing that was like, they just know when to play their cards. Like they just know when to play their cards. Like they had the golden chip. They had a golden chip and just said, you know what? I'm gonna just gonna go all in when the time is right.
Yeah, it's quite amazing that they were able to pull this off. I said it on multiple different podcasts this week, but this definitely confirms something that we've said a long time ago. I think we talked about it more when we watched Dark Side of the Ring and learning all the stuff in Vince McMahon's history. But this man is really the GOAT businessman in the history of the planet Earth.
Bro, he just sold digital content that's still his. For $1 billion. Like, it's still his. He still owns all the masters.
That's the craziest part. Like, it's not a licensing deal. It's to be on their
to service. Be on there, to be shown on there. Like, he just made an extra $1 billion for you to air his shit. It's still his. Like, it's still his. He hasn't lost a single license. He hasn't lost a single Masters. He still owns everything.
He's a genius for a reason.
Like, they're never like it's either if you ever want an alternative in your wrestling life, it's either you just stop watching WWE altogether or just get used to the fucking program because they are going nowhere.
Yep, that's nowhere. A fact. That is a fact.
I've said this many different
times.
We
knew this, but come on, if this doesn't emphasize it, that they just got a free $1 billion. They literally just got a free billion. A free billion.
$3 billion.
$3 billion.
They did nothing. They have to do nothing. Their employees are still employed. Their streaming services are still employed by the same people. They're just here. I am now representing the Peacock network. Really? That is the only change?
But and this is like something that you kind of can connect things together, different stories as well, because I think we talked about it a couple of months ago, that they had fired their, I think CFO or COO, George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, and this guy, Nick Khan, came into place, and you gotta accredit him for this huge deal. This is something that you kind of make as your hallmark of your value to a company. Like, look what I got to the WWE. I got WWE at a time where they're having record low ratings on their main show. They're losing a ratings war for their Wednesday show to another wrestling company. They're putting out universally panned television for wrestling fans as well as non-wrestling fans, and they just made a record profit with one deal. It's quite remarkable. I said this exactly on Wrestle Talks. I gotta say it here. You gotta admire WWE for the payoff of mediocrity. It's amazing.
Yes,
it's unbelievable.
Yes.
Yo, dude, and it's
they're still winning, and they're giving us still bull crap.
So put this in a nutshell for any dork that understands that this shit is never going anywhere, right? WWE's highest paid athlete in the year 2020 was Brock Lesnar. He made $12 million. He made $12 million. This deal just got them $1,000 million. Just nutshell it. Just nutshell it.
That's a great way. $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah, just for the dorks that it's like, oh, it's just $1 billion. No, idiot. It's $1,000 million. like, dude, they just paid their whole roster with 10% of their contract.
Yeah, pretty much.
Quite amazing of a feat for WWE. You gotta just be happy for them. But my question to you, Krssi Love, do you see that there's any type of return for Peacock? Because I think I talked to John Scott of our great Power 4 TV, and he said that they're gonna make a lot of their money back by ads. So that is why they have the different tier, the $4.99 tier for ads, and the $9.99 tier without
ads. Yeah.
But do you think that wrestling and WWE is enough of a draw to ad providers for Peacock to make a return on a $1 billion investment for WWE?
I don't know. I don't really know. It's kind of like you're caught in a hard place because the content right now is really not that good. So for you to make people like me to move my subscription over here. It probably will get people to get the cheaper one. They'll have to look at ads now, but everyone will probably definitely get the cheaper one. They're like, okay, well, I'm saving you. You sticking with the cheaper one? You don't care about the ads? Okay. I mean, if they do make it, I don't know when they will make a profit back. That's the question. You know what I'm saying? How long it will take them to get their profit? But who knows? Maybe they have a deal where they'll make the content better. But I'm not, keeping my fingers crossed on that one. I don't think they're gonna get their profits back right away. It's not happening right away. No.
Yeah. That's definitely the foregone conclusion is that it will probably.
No, my answer is no.
It will probably take the whole 5-year deal for them to make.
This is an absolute shit deal for Peacock.
Yeah.
This is a terrible. Like, Peacock ain't lasting 5 years. Peacock might be done by the 5th year. They're not lasting that long.
And that was the thing I was.
You're making dumbass deals like this, though. Good. This is all praise to the WWE. Peacock, you're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Like you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, oh my, you paid $1 billion for this shit?
Yeah, right.
Like, y'all were better off paying that $1 billion or $2 billion to throw that shit at ESPN or something.
Yeah.
For WWE, like, dude, they were barely cracking the 1 million subscribers as it was.
Yeah.
Business is going to be booming for the first 2-3 months because people's going to subscribe for the Rumble through WrestleMania. But as soon as WrestleMania we all know that shit is going to tail all the way off once WrestleMania is done.
Yeah,
and that's usually how it goes. Terrible deal for Peacock.
Terrible. Yeah. Like, I would have never guessed that Peacock would be the ones that would have bought them. I would have maybe thought of someone else bigger to buy them, like more of a sports brand.
WWE, they had the NFL mindset. It only takes one. It only takes one idiot. It only takes one idiot.
Yeah, Vince and them, they don't give a shit about the deal. Okay, thanks. Bye. Deuces. I'm going to take my billions and run.
Laughing straight to the bank.
Let me cash this deal real quick before they change their mind. For the check them.
They did.
Or maybe they just do a transfer over like a Cash App or something like that. Who knows?
So like I said, a lot of stories connected to this one, but one that I mentioned when I was talking about the deal is the closing down, the shutting down of NBC Sports Network. Now, a lot of people have been talking about that the NHL's main day for television is Wednesday. Of course, we saw last year with NXT Super Tuesday that NXT had to move nights because of hockey in the past.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this deal will now prevent a move for NXT, or do you think NBC will not care and value the NHL higher than WWE and make NXT end this Wednesday Night Wars? Let's start with you, Top Guy JJ.
No, because hockey doesn't draw enough ratings for it to bump out of the way. Like, hockey draws like the lowest ratings out of all the major American sports. So don't fucking come back to me and talk about they draw more ratings than rugby or wiffle ball or some shit, because that's not a major American sport.
It's sport, yeah.
Hockey is the lowest major American sport, and it's not even close. Hockey is ass when it comes to ratings. Like, hockey is dirt shit when it comes to ratings. So I do not see at all them moving NXT for the sake of hockey. Like that, There's no way I see that happening at all. Maybe for the playoffs, if they have the playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs, but other than that, the regular season, hell no.
I'm gonna actually look this up while we're live on the air and see what is the NHL's average TV ratings.
That shit is straight NXT level. I probably tell you.
I doubt that. While I do that, Krssi Love, what's your thoughts? Do you think that NXT moves nights, or do you see NBC valuing NHL over NXT and moving them maybe to a Tuesday or to a Thursday?
No, I still see the Wednesday Night Wars. I still see it happening. They still have someone to go against. They're still going to stay there, even if they do keep losing. I mean, they're going to stay there. I feel like they're going to stay there. I mean, if they are going to, what night would you move it to? That's the question.
The pressure on them is just
Tuesday or Thursday.
The pressure is on them just to make better content.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Make better content.
I mean, I don't really see them. I don't foresee them moving it right now. They should have let. I mean, NXT should have never been touched in the first place, but that's another story. But let's just. I don't see them moving it right now. I don't see it. I can't see it right now.
I think that I'll probably be the one that's a little bit different on this subject matter. I think in the long run, they probably will have to move NXT off of Wednesdays, because the NHL is a higher commodity. Like our good friend 5Generation Carney JY3, live sports content, for good or bad, is the most valuable content. And for WWE, I believe Monday Night Raw was around 2 million for 2020. Of course, this is down from previous years. I think 2019 they were at like 2.5, 2.75 average for Monday Night Raw. Fox, over on Fox, it's a little bit more viewers. SmackDown averages about
better content.
Well, it's a larger base as well. But
okay.
But SmackDown on Fox in 2019 averaged about 3 million. In 2020, that was down to about 2.3, 2.4 million on average for SmackDown on Fox. NXT averaged about 650 to 700,000 viewers in 2020. Of course, this is down from 2019, where they were at like 750,000, but 750,000 to about 650,000, not that big of a
650,000.
Yeah, not that big of a drop. But in comparison to the NHL, man, I'm choosing the NHL over these motherfuckers. 2.15 million people on average, and this is down, of course, because of
2.15. And I looked that up with you because I wanted to see it. I looked that up with you because I wanted to see it. This includes the Stanley Cup playoffs. This includes
that's what I'm
saying. The regular season.
Regular season is 2.15. That's higher than
I got the whole Stanley Cup season.
Okay, so I guess they're gonna move to Tuesday or Thursday. We're gonna have to change the recording date again.
Look, man, shit, we already recorded on Saturdays because not enough people watch that bullshit on Wednesdays anyway. So, I mean, it's really, honestly, man, it's like, I just don't think that hockey, I mean, of course, people's going to choose like the same, you know what, and props to you, fifth generation, but at the same time, I bet you fifth generation don't watch hockey. Like, but the same people, it's like people defend shit that they probably won't ever tune into. So why defend it?
Because it's
not
fun.
Don't generalize it, because general live sports is not a fair comparison to the minor company called WWE. I am talking about hockey.
You're $1 billion company. What are you talking about?
Because of fucking Peacock. Thanks. Fucking idiots.
They were $1 billion company before that.
All right, and we're not talking about the whole conglomerates that MLB, NBA, and NFL is. Like, those are conglomerates. There's literally no competition to any. At least wrestling, there is a competitive alternative that we can watch. There are no competitors to any of the other stuff that is a conglomerate.
Well, I mean, yeah, but hey. They're $1 billion.
Like, I could tune into AEW and say fuck WWE. I ain't tuning into no fucking CFL if I'm saying fuck the NFL.
You could.
I ain't watching no motherfucking Europe League if I say fuck the NBA. It ain't happening.
But you could. We got to get through some of these comments. We got a lot of people commenting right now. We appreciate you. Please keep commenting in the live chat because we want you guys to be a part of this episode. You are our special guest. We got Chris G of Blunt Impact, Joints and Jabroni, Wednesday Night Warriors. He's talking about the deal. He says Vince is the real ultimate finesser. Move over Chris Bay. And we also got
Chris G. I got ice bullets in my cup. I got ice bullets, brother. Ice bullets.
We got fifth generation Carney, JY3, once again saying Nick Khan was a good acquisition. I heard he put this and the Fox deal together. I believe Barrios and Wilson were a part of the Fox deal, fifth generation. So I think we can't credit Nick Khan for this, but definitely this Peacock deal. This is all we got to credit to him. We got Chris G says, I still like Tony more than Nick. That's tough. That's tough. We got Chris G back in the comments section. He says that's 187 Brock Lesnar's. Good math. He's a mathematician. Mr. Richie Moon of Richie's Raw Recap is in the live chat as well. He says it's enough over time. Chris G also says over time for sure, talking about Peacock getting a return in their investment. We also got fifth generation Carney saying it's all about having live sports content. Chris G says Peacock gonna have to turn into Turkey $300 million in.
Yo, I'm like, you guys are underestimating the value of $1 billion. Like, the WWE Network ain't bringing that kind of money in. It's just not.
Not on its own.
It's
not on its own. They needed a deal like this. Richie Moon says, you don't make $1 billion deal without getting something back.
They did. They got the content.
Exactly.
They got the content, which is a bad deal. Doesn't mean a deal. You got something out of it. You just got the short end of the stick.
you got content, but it's no guarantee that you're gonna get a
yeah, they got something. It's just a shit something. They got a bad deal. It was a bad deal on Peacock.
Pretty much. Richie Moon also says, talking about NHLs, they average 2.15 million. NHL averages more than NXT and Raw combined. Sheesh.
Damn, Richie.
That is so fucked up to say about Raw. The fact that Raw is a part of that says a lot about that program right now, because you can't include SmackDown because SmackDown is kind of killing in the ratings right now.
Absolutely, but Chris G also talking about it as well, said they average 3 or 4 times as much as NXT. Fifth generation Carney says the WNBA has higher ratings than NHL. No, that's a lie.
That's definitely not fact. That's definitely not fact.
Yeah, don't do that to the girls now, guys.
And now, why we gotta bring them up? Like, power to the WNBA, but we ain't gotta bring that up.
That's actually a lie. Mr. Richie Moonbag saying NXT will be moved if NHL airs on Wednesday. I agree with you there. Fifth generation says NXT has higher ratings than your average NHL game. That's actually, in fact, wrong. We just Googled it.
We just gave the numbers, but it's fine. It's fine. We love y'all. But I'm not going to bring up the WNBA's ratings because I'm not here to downgrade any women on this show.
Please don't.
We're not going to talk about it. If you want to look it up, that is on your own. That's on your own. We're just not going to talk about it.
It's all right. Mr. Richie Millen talking to fifth generation says that's not true. NHL averages 2.15 million. And then Richie also says NXT rarely does 900,000.
Richie, NXT doesn't do no 900,000. They do like 6 a week. You just gave them like a 150% boost. They don't do that.
It's a tough world.
NXT gets that shit on Halloween Havoc. That's it.
Yeah.
So we talked about with this deal the consequences as far as maybe NXT gets moved. We also talked about basically the consequences for us, the fans, the price change and everything. We also talked about ESPN making the decision to cease WWE coverage because of this deal. But Miss Krssi Love, do you foresee any other consequences for WWE and its fans coming out of this Peacock deal?
We're gonna lose something by the end of this. I don't know. This deal, I mean, you ever go on to Peacock and we'll see the content of Peacock, but like you said, how long do you see Peacock even lasting? It's one of those apps where you're like, I didn't download it. Did you guys?
I don't see that. I don't see Peacock lasting 5 years. Peacocks ain't no Netflix. Ain't no Hulu.
Right.
They ain't no Disney Plus. They not no Disney Plus. They not no HBO Max. Who the fuck is a Peacock?
And that's the thing. Like we're going to lose the content eventually, and then they're going to probably bounce us back to the app. But
I don't believe WWE is going to allow them to go back to the app at this point. If they lose out on the Peacock deal, a year before that deal is out, they're going to be making a new one.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck with this ESPN bullshit. Nobody was ever going to the ESPN app to look up WWE, so kill a noise. Nobody was ever going on ESPN to look up the fucking WWE.
They were going to
ESPN was going to cut WWE out at some point anyway. There is no clickbait on ESPN for the WWE as a fucking dub because no one that tunes into the ESPN app considers WWE as a sport. So kill a noise. Nobody is fucking clicking to WWE content on ESPN app. Stop the bullshit. Just stop it. And I swear to God, if anybody replies and says that they look at ESPN for fucking WWE, you're a fucking liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. I'm telling you, you're a liar.
Why are you so angry?
He is very
because yo. Have you ever heard somebody fucking have like the weirdest combination that never happens in real life that people want to defend? Yes. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's like somebody telling me they just dunked apple juice in milk. No, the fuck you don't. You liar. No, you don't. Exactly. Shit don't happen. You are not.
You know how much milk costs?
Milk is expensive.
And you know how much milk costs? Y'all looking at it wrong. You know how healthy the apple is? And then I'm gonna dump my healthy apple into some milk so I could shit vegetables. So I could have diarrhea. Fuck no, I'm good. But it's just literally no. There's no blowback besides that because that's not a blowback. That's just ESPN being salty.
Oh, that's they gotta be in their feelings for a minute. It's just like a relationship.
But they never got any content clicks from WWE anyway, so fucking move on.
I mean,
focus on your sports.
No, they weren't. The special or the documentary over there.
Documentary, that's a live program on ESPN or ESPN Plus. But I'm not.
But you still pay for it with ESPN.
I'm not searching through ESPN.
You still gotta pay. You still gotta pay for all that stuff.
No, WWE content is free on ESPN.
Well, that's something that we should address is the searching because a YouTuber actually went on and showed the search function for Peacock, and it's absolutely atrocious, apparently. Because and that's saying a lot because it's atrocious by comparison to the WWE Network, which is not that great to begin with.
We don't know what the fuck Peacock is. Like I had to look up Peacock. I had to look this shit up.
Let me explain what he did, though. He basically put in the search engine for WWE Network, SA Rios 2000. And what came up? A whole bunch of matches from SA Rios in 2000. The cover page for Peacock had a picture of Amy Poehler on Parks and Recreation.
That's how old is that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Follow along with the story.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow. Yeah, I'm following.
He put in the search engine, Amy Poehler. Nothing came up. It said no results. What? He put in the search engine The Office. No, not The Office. He put Steve Carell.
Nothing came up.
No results.
You're lying. Do they not know who Steve Carell is?
No results. But
so their biggest acquisition show has no results.
Yeah.
Their draw, Miss Krssi Love, the draw love for Peacock is The Office.
Right.
That's their draw. That's their whenever they advertise Peacock, it was always led by the availability of The Office.
100%.
And they took off of Netflix, I believe.
Right, because they acquired The Office. They probably paid $7 billion for The Office.
Jesus.
So whoever acquired all of this Bitcoin, and turned it into money, I am begging you to adopt me as your son.
Right.
Like I am 37. I will give you my resume. I will send you my qualifications right now because y'all are the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth because y'all spent billions on shit that y'all don't even make sure is relevant to your own streaming service. Yep. That is atrocious. Hire me, please.
Right.
I think any of us would probably be great at WWE.
I just wanted to pitch it first.
You did great. You did great. You did great in my opinion. You did great in my opinion.
I mean, they could bring us all three over.
Oh, come on! It's got to be Tru Heel Heat together. But I'm just gonna pitch it out there.
He's just gonna be the head. He's gonna be the one that's
I just got to be the loudest. These motherfuckers are.
You could be the one like pointing to the PowerPoint presentation, and I'll just be the guy. I'll be the guy nervous holding my briefcase. It'll be like that point. It'll be that second to last episode of
to the point. Hit you with the point.
With the Ronda point.
Hit you with the point.
Well, we got to go through a couple of more of these content. I
wonder what the comment section is looking like right now because
it's looking busy. It's looking busy right now. I
gotta log on to YouTube because this shit. I can only imagine what y'all were talking about on here.
Yes. We got Fifth Generation Carney JY3 saying thanks for the clarification, talking about the Nick Khan Barrios Wilson situation. You're welcome, sir. Richie Moon says, listen, I gotta review it every week, talking about Monday Night Raw. Richie, we appreciate your sacrifice, sir. We really do. We really do.
No. I just logged on there, dude. Fifth Gen, yo, we have a lot of fun on this show. We are not sitting here. We're not that type of show. We are not that type of show to ESPN shame anybody. We have fun on this show. This shit is all fun.
Absolutely. Chris G says, I didn't know Peacock even existed. So he's in
bro.
With you guys.
Like, I had no idea.
That is so sad because, like you said, their commercials alone were about The Office. And you know where you see The Office at all the time on TV on the E Network? No, excuse me, Comedy Central all the time, all day, every day.
It's true.
For free.
Fifth Generation Carney JY3 says, sorry, I was not trying to be informative. I read the article wrong. The average regular season game was 417,000 last year. WNBA playoffs last year were 570,000. No, I
told y'all not to post the shit. It's sad.
Question.
No.
When did they have the playoffs?
That's information we need.
We were in a pandemic. So when did they have the playoffs?
I think they had the playoffs.
They had them right after the NBA, but the WNBA they jumped right into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
They jumped right in. They didn't have the closeout like the regular couple games like the NBA had the bubble.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
WNBA went straight into the playoffs.
It was like this get to it.
We need a champion. WNBA basically said we need a champion.
It was like no one's watching anyway.
We need a champion. We need a champion.
Y'all trying to trigger people. That is so wrong. That's so wrong.
I'm sorry for any
WNBA. I want the number to be red because I got Miss Krssi on here. It's my boo, and I ain't want that to depress her.
I'm sorry for any WNBA fans watching. I'm sorry if I insulted you. But Fifth Generation, no need to say sorry. We bust each other's chops here. It's like
all
family.
The time, yes.
If you get something wrong, we're gonna tease you, and you can tease us back when we get something wrong, which we inevitably will. Janelle 45 for life says, with WWE Network moving to Peacock, will new subscribers get the 30-day free trial, or is the free trial over since we have the free version of the network? All I would advise everyone with a free trial with a gift card, use that shit ASAP.
Yeah, wow. You give people gift cards as gifts?
Yo, timeout. They've been promoting that timeout. Let's put a timeout. They've been promoting that 30-day free trial for 6 years. That shit ain't work.
Every time like someone is like,
that shit ain't work. They tried that shit for like 4 years. Talk about you get WrestleMania and you get Backlash for free. That shit ain't work. That shit ain't work.
It never does. It never does. It never does. It's like, why are you even trying at this point? But yes, I did go to like a Rite Aid and a Dwayne Reed in Midtown, and they had WWE Network gift cards. So it's the
wow.
Get the 3-month gift card for WrestleMania season.
Get the 3 month gift. That ends on March 18th.
No. Oh shit, my bad. So get the nah. So actually, you only need to get the 1 month gift card because you only need to get the 1 month gift card because you only need to see the Rumble for tomorrow because you already know Elimination Chamber is gonna be a clusterfuck of bullshit. Ain't shit happening important on the Elimination Chamber, and they probably gonna throw Fastlane in there like 10 days later. They probably gonna throw
Fastlane is literally 3 days after it moves over to Peacock.
Yeah. Let's see how much that draws.
Wait. They're trying to draw
with Fastlane. Fastlane is the draw that is going to move 1 million subscribers.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Please, Krssi. Please. I'm going to sign up to Peacock so I can get Fastlane.
Right. One of the nowadays is one of the worst ones.
I swear to God, the only match that I remember from Fastlane ever is the Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns match. That is like the only match I ever remember. And it was just because it was Daniel Bryan's road to WrestleMania. It's the only reason why I even remember that shit existed.
I've been saying this for the longest now. We shouldn't have a pay-per-view in March. We should not. Let's build up WrestleMania. We have the Royal Rumble. We'll do something in February, and let's build this shit out.
Yo,
we do not need Fastlane should be.
I'm having a drink to Fastlane being the drawing point.
I know this is gonna sound amazing to you after what we just talked about for probably the past hour. But WWE doesn't care about building to WrestleMania. They only care about the money. They care about
they want the coins.
They care about the money. They
want them cheddar biscuits. They want them cheddar biscuits.
You know what, SP? They've been doing that for the last couple of years now too.
Bro,
they've only been about the coins and made like the whole Fox Network thing. That was a big thing. You're right. They don't they're not really caring about the content. They're caring about these big deals that they're making to keep their pockets even fatter, so they can stay richer.
You can continue, JJ, but I just wanted to point out this comment from John Elite. It's not John Nell. Right? He says, just pointing this out there, it's SP3. My username is John Elite, just fused together. I apologize, sir. J News Japan's real name, the J in J News, is John Nell, so that's why I said the John Nell.
Yeah. It ain't. Listen, we just got somebody on the network with J News that basically gives me all the New Japan content that I ever need in my life, because I don't know how the fuck he does it, but props to that man, because I get my whole New Japan week in about 30 minutes.
He barely watches WWE. That's easy to watch. Mr. Richie Moon says Peacock is only available in the USA. They got to get international. Yes, we also pointed that one out. This is just for US subscribers, our US viewers. You only have to be aware of this. The UK is still going to be on the network for the time being. Yeah, I seen that their search engine is trash.
Dude, can you imagine the idiot that represented Peacock with the WWE representative? How the representative for WWE sold how important Fastlane is.
And their stocks are going up and down this week.
How important Fastlane is to the kickstart of your viewership to the program.
See, the best way for us to turn this all around and get 1 million subscribers in the USA over the Peacock, Fastlane. Just saying. Fastlane.
Premiere week, you get Fastlane. That's the speedway to the road to WrestleMania. You don't get to WrestleMania unless you get through Fastlane. You gotta get through Fastlane to get to WrestleMania, which is fact.
Those are all facts. We got Tru Heel Josh in the live chat. He says, I won't be surprised if it was more of a Disney move than ESPN. They usually get that salty. He's got a good point. Yeah, Disney does own ESPN, and Disney is known for being petty as fuck. Fifth Generation Carney says maybe that's what Peacock gets out of this, a decent search platform. I would hope that is the return.
I would hope so. I hope that IT
billions.
Let's get it together. We got to search the product, so I got to fix it.
They spent billions of dollars on a decent search engine.
Seems smart to me. We got Richie back in the live chat says Fastlane is the biggest event of the year. You didn't know? Come on, guys and gals.
Peacock apparently knew we didn't.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
Cue the Vince money meme, absolutely. And then finally, with you move, historically speaking, WWE stocks start going up during this time at Mania time and drops hard after that.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Yeah, we mentioned that. The
This
business is going to be good for the first couple months. They're going to look good for the first couple months.
This week on Monday, it went up. And then it started going down. And it didn't really start going back up to like, I think Thursday or Friday that the stock was doing fairly decent. And that's like fairly.
Yeah.
So. But you know what? I can't really talk about Robin because they're fuckboys. So, anyways.
That's a whole different subject.
There we go, friend.
It's the Robin Hood. I'm a subscriber to the app. And I was just like, damn, they messing it up. They supposed to make it easy for us, and they making it harder.
There you go. That's why I said fuck boys.
An interesting day in the business and in the wrestling world, but we got to move on, guys. That was our top news story, but we got to move on.
How you move on from that bullshit?
Right? Because that's the figure right there.
This is what we does on Tru Heel Heat, but damn, that shit right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had the perfect segue because we talked about ratings with WNBA, NHL, and it's that time of Tru Heel Heat, ladies and gentlemen, and Krssi Love, of course. It is time to talk about the Wednesday night wars between WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite. These two shows were on Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. This is not an edited version of Tru Heel Heat. So yes, I do have the ratings numbers. So Miss Krssi Love, you want to hit the drums?
Ready?
So for week 63 or 64, I forget from time to time, of the Wednesday night wars between WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite, AEW Dynamite with 734,000 viewers. That is down from last week, with WWE NXT getting 720,000 viewers, and they are up from last week.
NXT, look at you getting over that 700K mark.
NXT,
you NXT, you go NXT.
So patronizing. NXT had one of its strongest weeks in the 18-49 key demo as well. However, on NXT, Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly defeated NXT Tag Team Champions Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. After the match, Pete Dunne attacked Balor until Undisputed Era made the save with the final shot of Balor standing next to the UE. We had Grizzly Young Vets beat Kushida and Leon Ruff, as well as MSK, which I am officially, until further notice, referring to them as marijuana smoking kids. Beat
I love it.
Beat Killian Dane and Drake Maverick to move on in the Dusty Cup. We also had Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez defeat Aaliyah and Jessie Kamea to move on in the Women's Dusty Cup. We had over on AEW Dynamite, the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers defeated Dark Order in a very entertaining, fun 8-man tag team main event. After the match, Rey Fenix and Jon Moxley got the better of the Super Elite with an excellent sell of the Paradigm Shift by Kenny Omega. We also had, in my opinion, one of the best TV matches of the year so far, an absolute gem of a match with Jungle Boy defeating Dax Harwood of FTR. We also had Eddie Kingston pull out a big victory, and it feels like a long time since he had one of those. Defeating Lance Archer in a very compact TV opener match.
Hit it with the bitch slap.
and hit it with the brass knucks assisted pimp slap. And then Chris Jericho and MJF defeated the Varsity Blondes. We also had Britt
He did a better moonsault off the rope this week.
Yes,
he was practicing.
He flaunted the new and improved Lion Salt after last week's watch. And Britt Baker Britt Baker defeated Shayna in women's action as they set up for Beach Break next week. So, Krssi Love, let's start with you. What was in your opinion, the better show for the week? WWE NXT or AEW Dynamite?
like things from both shows as per usual. As we keep going through this Wednesday Night War thing, I guess NXT had you drawn for the Dusty Cup, which was okay per se, but you kind of already knew when they put the people together who was going to win. At least I did. I don't know about you guys. I like the main event. I like the main event. The main event was good. It gave you that little thing. Okay, well, is Finn gonna join the Undisputed Era? Which I don't think he will, but they gave you that little panning of all of them all standing there together. But I thought it was cute, all these cute, sexy guys. That's what I look for. Anywho, I'm gonna go with AEW for the win this week because I really enjoyed the main event, which was great. I loved how Kenny Omega sold that he came out with no shoe on, trying to hit John Moxley, and he got his ass handed to him right there.
Great sell.
Great sell. And he just was laid out like he was asleep. Beautiful. I just like the matches that were put together more. It was a more put together show for me. So AEW for the win.
That's a fair assessment and good choice from you this week. Top guy JJ, NXT or AEW this week?
And each week that we go over this, so I NXT to me is the most all over the place show on just out of the wrestling programs in general. But they have a lot of good weeks. They have a lot of good weeks. This week wasn't a bad week either. This wasn't a bad week for NXT either. I didn't consider NXT to be a bad show, but I just been feeling for the past couple months, besides the big shows, that AEW's program is just on a different level. I just don't think that AEW, NXT, honestly, when it comes to a weekly program, it is literally AEW's here and NXT is here. They're just too far apart to honestly even give NXT an edge in any of the shows. I'm just hoping NXT gets better, that it makes it a better show on a weekly basis, except for their big shows, except for those themed shows, when they have Bash at the Beach coming up, because they probably gonna give that to NXT. But AEW to me was all about petty week. AEW was the most petty, one of the most petty shows all week, yo. And the crowning moment was the smile of Chris Jericho at all the internet marks. That was what? He hit you with the what? What happened? I'm old. Fuck you.
Right. I'm fat. No.
It was all petty from how MJF continues to manipulate Sammy Guevara. It was that Jungle Boy and Dax Harwood match was fucking
that was
man.
so good. Yes, I love
refreshing wrestling, man. Refreshing wrestling. And how petty. So now it's finally the Young Bucks are starting to finally get as petty as Don Callis. When they announced that they are inserting themselves, and it's anybody we could pick, anyone, and we fucked up your mans at the same time too. So it's y'all could get it too, and it was just overall Eddie Kingston had a good showing, and the Kenny Omega cell, which was great, was probably one of the minor things of the show. Britt Baker's outing was fantastic. I love the fact that she's on a winning roll again. The fact that she needs to get back into the winning picture. She needs this win over Thunder Rosa so bad next week. I feel she needs this so bad. But AEW is making you into so many different programs. You're into so many different aspects of AEW. And I didn't mention nothing of the title picture. And it's all because of what they're doing. They somehow made Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston a thing.
Yeah.
They just know how to. And oh my God, that backstage promo with Sting and Darby Allin was that shit was nice. That shit was nice with Sting and Darby Allin. I love to see Sting get physical, boy. That shit was that shit felt good. Yeah, y'all fucked up again, E. But AEW wins. AEW is just on a different platform, man. They're just elevating on different. They're just not on the same level as NXT right now. NXT is not bad, but at AEW is they're just actually a weekly program. NXT is just a wrestling show right now.
Yeah.
Our good friends over at WrestleManiac UK says, stop patronizing NXT.
Oh,
we're not.
NXT was out 700,000. Y'all had that.
They did their
You
thing.
almost had him.
They were close. 14K away.
You almost had him
from winning the Wednesday Night Wars. Maniac UK says also, what's up SP3 and gang? I don't know what this Peacock stuff really means for us in the UK. At the moment, nothing at all, Maniac. But with that new money WWE acquired in the deal, how would you like to see them spend it? How would I like to see WWE spend? That's actually the best question about this whole thing. Now, how is WWE going to use its $1 billion?
Give me better content. Give me better shows.
They can't use money for that.
That's easy, but they're not going to do it.
They can't use money.
You've been asking for that for the past 4 years.
Exactly. If it was all about money, it would be easy. You know what, WrestleManiac? I'm going to save my answer when we get to one of the subjects that I talked about at the top of this show. That would be using the money to greatly improve the presence and the status of the women's division. I'll get to that.
Should I save my answer for that question then?
Yeah, save it for
okay. All right.
Fifth generation Carney JY3 says, did you three feel like NXT tag team matches are always the same? Because it was very glaring this week with 3 of them. Okay, that is a good segue for me to give my opinion on this. I'm going to make it unanimous. I also give this week to AEW. And this, last week I gave it to NXT. I think I was the only one that gave it to them because they just had a stronger show. The execution just wasn't on point on AEW last week, but it was this week. It was on point. The angles, the storylines, where everything is placed, it just hits the mark perfectly. And it feels like an episodic television show. It feels like it doesn't feel like I'm watching a Monday Night Raw, a SmackDown, or NXT. It feels like I'm watching Raw. I'm watching Power.
How petty was Team Tag?
Don't disrespect Power. Don't disrespect Power like
that.
No,
it is exactly like because the perfect example of this is how it's like Power, especially if you watch Power Book 2. And I know we're probably going to lose people with this conversation, but Power Book 2.
Oh, there's a lot of people that watch Power, especially the UK viewers. My baby watches that shit too. Everybody loves Power.
Some people, like our very own Romeo Anthony Colon, is salty because the show's about Tariq. But bear in mind, okay.
No, but the one about Tariq is better than the first one, I feel.
I said this season with Tariq was better than season 6.
Yes, we could get into a whole Power debate, which is awesome. I'm gonna actually try to be the one that's not off the rails right now.
No, all I'm gonna say is bringing it all together.
I don't want to start talking about Power. We'll end up having a whole other podcast.
Bring it all together. At the beginning of Power Book this season, everything seemed like it was its own little story.
Yes.
And it wasn't like wrapped together until the very end, and they sealed up everything and everything. Storyline of AEW reminds me of that. Hangman Page.
Oh my God.
In Hangman Page's storyline and his character arc, the Elite, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers, the Dark Order, and now Matt Hardy and the Private Party. Like the fact that they have made this universe where everything seems to be connected.
It's mind-blowing. Hangman Page, you gonna say that Hangman Page is the Cooper Sacks of AEW.
Oh my God.
Like, I have never seen somebody so powerful get fucked over so many times in his life.
Yes.
Hangman and Cooper Sacks, y'all need to meet.
Oh my God, that shit had me dead.
That is so good, guys. So good.
Hangman Sacks.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hangman Sacks is the most compelling character in wrestling right now because everything revolves around him, and he feels like a 3-dimensional character. He has emotion. He said the tagline this week was probably the best one they came up with, Hangman Page, and he has a litany of them. You could do a top 10 on his top line of his card when he comes out for Dynamite each week, but this one might be the best. Accompanied to the ring by emotional baggage, That shit was phenomenal. I was like, that is just too good. The match he was in, I could give or take with as Chris G named him Ralph Ziggler. He still needs a little bit. He still needs a little bit of work, but he does have potential. I really love the stuff going on with the Elite, just the Young Bucks, the Good Brothers, Kenny Omega. John Moxley's promo was fantastic. Just him breaking down and basically being the viewer. He's the voice of the viewer. Like, there's so much going on. I don't know who's in the Bullet Club. I don't know who's in Impact Wrestling. Like, that was perfect.
Yeah.
The Eddie Kingston, Lance Archer was great. I love Eddie Kingston getting a big victory, and just everything he does just sinks you into his whole story. I absolutely adore the MJF Sammy Guevara interplay. That backstage segment, like, that was just like, yes, because we hate in professional wrestling when a heel or a babyface acts like an idiot and doesn't realize when something is going on. And Sammy is like, no, I hear you guys. I know what the fuck is going on here. You're a great manipulator, MJF, but you're not fooling me.
And the best thing about it is that he's the youngest one.
Yes.
He's the youngest one, and he's like, I am not getting fooled by your bullshit. And he has been consistent with the same energy, not week after week, month after month.
Yep.
Every time you see them all together.
Weakest parts of I had to put up this WrestleMania saying power is awesome. So thank you for that, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Showing us that the UK is strong with the power. Yes. But Richie Moon actually brought up the two parts of Dynamite that I was not that happy with. And number one is Cody. Red Velvet, shouts out to her. We had her on Tru Heel's BTR. She's talented. That confident promo almost tried. She had top star Cody, wrestling legend Arn Anderson, and she was the best promo in that segment because Arn rambled and didn't know where he was going. He got lost on the journey to making a point, and he didn't know how to get back on the track. Shaq's promo on the award show, that was embarrassing. Shaq,
why is Shaq there?
Shaq, you are one of the greatest Lakers of all time. You are one of the greatest centers of all time. You are possibly the most dominant professional basketball player I've ever seen in my life. You should not be in professional wrestling.
It's a TNT thing.
I get it. I get it, and I like.
I'm not talking to Cody until he changes his music. I love you, Snoop, but change the music, please. No, we're not doing this. No.
That music is bad. But
it's hard. No, it's not bad. It's horrendous.
I just
why did he change it to begin with?
Because it's with Snoop and that stupid show that they're on together.
But I will say this. I like the fact they're using the Shaq angle because regardless of if it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's going to get a lot of attention. And I like the fact that you're using this as a vehicle to push Jade Cargill. And because of Brandy's pregnancy, now they're pushing Red Velvet and she's getting a platform to actually become a star. And Jade Cargill, when she doesn't talk, she's a star. She just looks
yes.
She is the Black community's China. She has that potential. She has that type of presence to me, and I think that.
And matter of fact, that is a good comparison because when she stands there, you just got to look at her, and she's great. You look at her, you see her standing there. Everything is great. Like the everything is put together. But when they got to work on her toes, like she can't really talk that much, like Ember Moon.
Yeah, it happens.
You know what I'm loving though? I'm loving how Red Velvet is like growing right in front of us.
Yeah,
like it's literally you're seeing the growth of Red Velvet, right? Like you saw how green she was.
I love
you saw how you saw how green she was. You saw basically she needed work, but you see it coming out, and it's actually on a positive side. You see the character viciousness. You see how she is now playing to you see it all, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far.
Everything's coming together for her, and that's something that it happens quite often on AEW Dynamite, where you are seeing performers like improve before your eyes, which will give me to the biggest up for Dynamite. But the other last thing I didn't like on Dynamite, Sting and Darby.
You didn't like it? No.
If I hadn't seen at least 6 weeks of these guys coming out for one person, saving the other, oh, I got a bat, oh, I got a skateboard. And then the fact these motherfuckers went out and found a lair. They found a motherfucking lair. They found a warehouse and they said, this is going to be our goth lair. We're going to be here. We're going to be here.
Absolutely fucking loved it. Absolutely fucking loved it.
It was just hokey. And the fact that they changed the definition of hoodlum. Hoodlum means you can break glass in an empty lair. It just came off a little bit.
Yo, you know why I loved it? Because I knew how petty Taz's reaction was gonna be. You want to break stuff? You want to break stuff?
Taz's reaction was great to it.
Yo,
beating up the merch people. But the number one thing that I loved on AEW was definitely Dax Harwood versus Jungle Boy. Like I saw Wednesday Night Warriors with Krssi and Romeo. They said they liked it. They said it was good. They said it wasn't as good as the MJF match. And they're wrong. It was just as great as that MJF match. And it was just so simple, but everything was tight. Everything was hit correctly at the right point. Dax Harwood, this was a star-making performance for him because we know he's a great tag team wrestler. We didn't know that he could pull out an absolute banger on television with a guy that doesn't have that much experience. But talking about what you talked about with Red Velvet, Jungle Boy, from the time he's gotten signed in AEW to now, his improvement is astonishing. He just improves every time he comes out. And Tony Khan investing the money to get Tarzan Boy as his theme was the best investment in wrestling before the Peacock deal. Because that it was the fans singing it. I was like, oh man, I can't wait for them to have a live crowd so I can hear 20,000 people doing oh. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Man.
And the fact that Jungle Boy pulled off the win is that it just like, and the way he did it too, it was just so props to them.
And it's also the fact Dax Harwood had never been pinned or submitted. Remember, Cash Wheeler took the loss at Full Gear, so that's his first loss in AEW, and he was apparently the backstage news from this, according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, is that Dax Harwood was the one that pitched this entire angle to Tony Khan. He's the one to basically use it as a vehicle to push Jungle Boy. So you got to hand it to him. This guy is great in the ring as a tag team wrestler, proved it as a singles, and he has a great mind for the business as well. So you love to see that.
Yeah.
Richie Moon in the live chat saying John Elite, that would be awesome, but it's a work. Jay White is already advertised for New Japan shows in March. I agree with you there. I believe he is answering the question from John Elite. Could we see Jay White on Sunday? I highly doubt it. I agree with you. You should highly doubt it because he has been advertised for the March 4th New Japan show. He's been taken off of their website. Commentary has stopped talking about him. So is it something change? Are they working us? If they're working us, they're doing it good.
I ain't gonna lie. If WWE did that deal with Peacock like a month ago, they be throwing the bankroll at Jay White. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
But that deal happened. That deal happened too quick, man. Jay White ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna
I was
be
say
there
Jay
tomorrow.
White. Is he back on the website?
Sorry to burst your bubbles, but Jay White ain't gonna be at the Rumble on Sunday.
He's not back on the website. Just
I would hate it. I would hate it if he was there.
Well, yeah, I think all of us. All of us that are New Japan fans can agree with that there, but whatever is the best.
You're gonna go chase the coins.
Whatever is the best decision for him at the end.
Of course, absolutely. We're just speaking of Spanish.
NXT was an all right show. I didn't think it was as good as last week. The Dusty tag matches were really good. GYV over Kushida and Leon Ruff was probably my favorite match of the night. Main event was okay, but I think a lot of people made a too much of a big deal over Balor just standing next to Undisputed Era. I was like, okay. That's what
partnered together for a week.
I said, okay, and they're like, what if Balor joins Undisputed Era? I would hate that.
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
It would ruin the whole
fucking
group.
Stupid. Balor's not a brother. He's not one of the brothers.
Exactly. I just like to see all the sexiness together. That's all.
Stone Cold teamed up with the Undertaker and Kane came out. Oh my God, is Stone Cold going to join the brothers?
No.
The dumbest comparison. Like, come on, like, kill it. Like just because you see them together, they work. They form the unity for a week. Kill it.
Hey, it happens.
It happens. It's wrestling.
Richie Moon saying that Hangman Page has the most compelling story in wrestling. You are correct. Jon Moxley is arguably the best promo in all of wrestling. Him or Eddie Kingston for sure. We got WrestleManiac agreeing with me. Sting and Darby segment was whack as hell. It was just hokey. Yeah, I agree.
I just love what it was in a draw. That's it.
I just like that Richie said that Sting is Darby's dad, and I believe it. So they had him as his baby. Yeah, that's the baby. That's the son. Yep, for sure.
It did seem like a dad that's like trying to fit
in.
Make up.
Be cool.
Make up for the time lost, because he's at first saying in the promo, "I'm not a hoodlum," and then his son says, "Well, I'm a hoodlum. Look, well, I'm a hoodlum too." Okay, son.
My question to that is why is Darby wasting a skateboard?
I don't know.
Like he just threw it out the window.
He has no regard.
Just cause. He just threw it out the window completely.
Rich Moore says, "Who thinks MJF and Sammy are secretly working together?"
No,
none of it. No.
That seems like actually a good idea, though. That's actually not bad, Richie. I like that.
No.
But Sammy does hate MJF. I know that for sure. Yes.
That would be just retarded to have a hate that go that long, just to kick jerk and work. No. I want to see them. I want to see them fight. I want to see them scrap.
For sure.
Want to see them scrap? Okay.
WrestleMania says, "Isn't it insane? Red Velvet has basically shot herself from Dark all the way to Revolution." Absolutely, 100%. It's great how she's climbed up that ladder over there in AEW. Richie Moon says, "Facts, Krssi. I love Snoop, but that's a one-time thing. Go back to the regular music."
Thank you.
Facts. Like,
and then Richie also says, "Some people need scripts, and that's okay." I agree with you.
Yeah, yes.
I would.
It's the execution. You got the delivery.
And then fifth generation Carney says, "Break those windows like Retribution." Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man. My man Sting became Mason, and my man Darby was Slapjack.
He was like, "Shut it down." Doom, doom, doom. All right. Well, we got to move on, because this morning we had New Japan Pro Wrestling New Beginning in Nagoya with Hiroshi Tanahashi defeating Shingo Takagi to win the Never Openweight Championship in a...
I heard he almost broke his neck again, but he stood up like a champ.
He really almost broke his neck on the Made in Japan. This was an absolute fabulous match that everyone needs to go out of their way to see. Of course, you don't have to be crazy like me, even though I'm up with 10-month-old twins. And that's the reason why I'm up at 3 a.m. in the morning. You don't have to wake up, because it is on demand and you can watch it right now, but it is an absolute must-see. And so was the semi-main event with Will Ospreay defeating Satoshi Kojima in a no disqualification match. That one also had a couple of murders, with Ospreay going back first into a ladder bridge from the ring to the guardrail. It was a brutal spot. Those guys worked really hard, but those two matches are absolute must-sees. We got New Beginning in Hiroshima, 2-night event on February 10th and the 11th. Next week on Tru Heel Heat, next Saturday, we will have our preview and predictions for those two events. But that's not the only New Japan news that we got, because last night on New Japan Strong, Jon Moxley returned to New Japan to confront Kenta to set up the U.S. Heavyweight Championship matchup. He did say that he will see Kenta in Tokyo one day, and however we got to get it done, we're going to get it done. So do you guys believe we're going to get the match in Japan months from now when the travel ban is done, or are they going to try to get it done in LA on the New Japan Strong Arena? We'll start with you, JJ.
It's got to happen at the Strong Arena. It's got to happen at the Strong Arena. I mean, make that U.S. title relevant again, because that title, I almost basically forgot the shit existed. Like, I almost literally forgot. I forgot almost that title completely. Like, they got to just, and it's no knock to Moxley. It's just obviously it's just hard as hell to go from place to place right now. So just put the belt on Kenta. He's worked his ass off all 2020. Let him get the damn title, make the title relevant again, and then probably months down the line, September, October, November, we're not going to forget, because New Japan does long-term booking. We're not going to forget. We will not forget if there's a build up to even the following Wrestle Kingdom coming up. We will not forget it. It's just they gotta make this US title relevant again, because like I damn near forgot the shit existed. And this King of Pro Wrestling bullshit that they got going on, I ain't buying it. So they need a title. They need another title because there's two occupied by one man right now, which is the god of wrestling, Ibushi. They need to have another title that people are fighting for that is besides the never open weight one. To me, I just want to see that title back to relevancy, because right now that shit doesn't even exist.
Well, you're talking about the US title.
US title, yeah. Like I need that US title to go back to relevancy, because no one even knows the shit existed. That shit hasn't been defended in almost a year.
I'll be honest. When they brought the US title in, I thought that New Japan already had too many titles. They have 2 tag team titles. They got a 6-man tag team titles. You got your US title, Intercontinental title, heavyweight title, never open weight title. I like the combination of the 2 top titles. I feel like it elevates the Intercontinental title. But honestly, they need to just make it one, because the never open weight championship has been elevated through the work of Minoru Suzuki, Shingo Takagi, and today with that match with Tanahashi and Shingo, that has once again elevated the never openweight title, and I feel that it is a legitimate number 2 title. And the reason why it's been put in that position is because the US title is not there. So I'm not necessarily of the thinking that New Japan needs the US title. I think the better wording of that is that the US title needs to be on New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I think you probably emphasize my needs a little. I mean, I do feel like they need to. I mean, it's either fucking make the title relevant or just somehow just combine it, like you said, with the never open. Like, just do something. Like they have a big ass important title in this company that hasn't been defended in almost a year. Like that's unheard of in wrestling. That's unheard of, even in a pandemic. Like, so they just need to just make a way to make this happen as strong, have Moxley drop the title, and then circle back whenever he can get back over there, and then start this rivalry up with Kenta again, which would be phenomenal. But we can't have this shit happen months apart and they just make appearances to each other. Like, that's just not going to sell it.
You're 100% right there. But we got to move on to Impact Wrestling this week with Trey Miguel of the Rascals returning to Impact Wrestling. Apparently, the news that we talked about on previous editions of our podcast is that Trey Miguel was basically getting offers from AEW and WWE. Of course, the fellow members of the Rascals are now known as MSK, Marijuana Smoking Kids, Wesley and Matt Carter, the formerly known as Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz. I did reference on Wrestling Daily on a previous episode that Trey Miguel does have a wrestling school that he trains at. He is doing music on the side. He also has different family issues, which was prolonging his decision. But are you guys surprised to see him back in Impact Wrestling? And do you think if he has re-signed with Impact, that Impact needs to strap the rocket to Trey Miguel? Let's go to you, Krssi Love.
So his contract up or anything, or like what?
Yeah, all three guys' contracts was up. They wanted a raise from what they were making previously, and they were denied of that because, hey, they're 3 guys. Impact Wrestling's not that big, but we don't know if he's re-signed or he's just appearing in between before he signs with a bigger promotion. But if he has re-signed with Impact Wrestling, do you think it's the time to strap the rocket to him?
I don't know. Like, what was his impact before when he was with the 3 guys? Was he more standout? Was he more the standout guy? Or was he more like
he was the single star out of the Rascals?
Okay, well then shoot him up to the stars then. Get him going. Let's do it. Like, if he stayed there and the other 2 guys are not there, then give him a chance. Let's see what he can do. If he was the one out of the Rascals that was so good, maybe Impact can be the ones that can help him get that stardom then.
Krssi is so nice. You're just so nice.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you... Okay, what do you say? Okay, stop, Jai. Sorry.
Like, no, hell, keep that shit at a firecracker. Like you give them like little skyrockets. That's like that shit that goes up like minorly and shit. Like you might give him a little X Division push or some shit, but nah, I don't fucking strapping no rocket to him.
Hey, he's already been.
This is your year to restore Sami Callihan. This is your year to restore the draw. Like the fuck out of here with this Trey Miguel shit.
You're still on this draw. You should have gave this shit up when he lost that hard to kill. Like what the fuck?
Oh, so we give up on him after 1 month. So this man signs a dotted contract. So now we're gonna push him to the because he came back.
Hey, all I'm saying here is that the issue with WWE right now, why their average medium viewer for television is 57 years old, is because look at all the young stars that WWE has. They have none. Every fucking body is over 35 years old that's in the main event scene that's getting an actual push in the company. Unless you're a female, Sasha Banks like the youngest top star that they have at 28.
She's been with the company damn near 10 years already.
Exactly, because they signed her up young.
She's 18.
But over on the men's side, they don't have young stars. When you look at AEW, they do. They have Jungle Boy, they have Darby Allin, they have MJF, they have Sammy Guevara. And Impact Wrestling needs young stars. If they're going to continue being a relative third option here in the United States, they need young stars to build around. They got Chris Bay, they got Ace Austin. And let me just tell you, top guy JJ, Sami Callihan ain't no spring chicken, my friend. He's been
That's why you pull the plug. That's why you pull the trigger for the year.
He's been established. He's a former Impact World Champion. You don't really need to strap a rocket to him. That's why
they wasted a whole year on Eric Young. I tell you that shit.
Oh, you're ridiculous. Eric Young was doing great work. He was He's pushing 50. Well, he's actually around the same age as Sami Callihan, actually. So what?
Oh, so wait. So you can defend Eric Young, but you're gonna hate on Sami Callihan when they're the same age.
I didn't shit on anybody. You decided to bring Eric Young into this.
I decided to bring Sami Callihan into this.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because they're more important. They're better draws.
The draw hasn't drawn shit in quite some time.
Because they made him lose the entire year to Moose.
No, when he was on top as a top heel, unless he was across from Tessa Blanchard, which
was epic.
Yes, it was.
Which was epic.
That was 2 years ago, my friend. Let it go. You sound like Undertaker fans.
What the fuck has Trey? What has Trey Miguel done for you to be like riding him so hard?
He's talented.
He's talented. He has talent.
I didn't even sound like that. I'm not crying about.
He's got so much potential.
Didn't even say that, but
everybody's got potential.
Hey, they have been proven themselves to be not the draw, like Sami Callihan. That's all I gotta say. But let's move on.
Unbelievable, yo.
Move on to what else we missed, and what else we missed was SmackDown last night with Braun Strowman making his
like a snack. A whole snack.
Apparently, Krssi Love says he was looking like a snack. Ladies and gentlemen, Braun the snack. Braun the snack.
You go on a vacation, you come back looking all like, swole up. And he it all started when he got the bald head. I told you this. I did say this. Like, he got the little bald head and like the little looks. I said this mini Tru Heel Heat episodes a while ago,
I just want to change his name to Braun the Snackman Strowman.
Oh, wow. I like it.
Well, and we also had Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns go head to head before the Royal Rumble. Excellent promo segment. Did a great job giving us the final hype heading into Sunday. What was your thought on the Snackman Strowman returning, Krssi Love?
I love first of all, okay. I knew something was up because it started out as a singles match, and it was then they went to like a 3-man tag match. I was like, what the hell? Like, everyone, it's like it and then like people from Raw were coming. I was like, what is this? The Raw to Raw invitation. I mean,
brand invitational. Yeah.
What the hell?
I think it was AJ Styles said that in the opening segment. AJ Styles, The Miz, John Morrison were all on the show. AJ confronted Daniel Bryan to kick off the show and said that it was the quarterly brand to brand invitation.
Where was this on Raw?
Right. Why do you wait till have everyone come on SmackDown and come ruin the show?
Okay, all right, carry on.
I just got to shrug. I don't know.
If any show needs an invitational, it's fucking Raw, because Raw is fucking horrible.
Well, SmackDown felt a lot like Raw to me.
Yes.
They brought that Raw energy. They brought people from. They need to keep all that shit on Mondays.
I don't mind AJ. AJ.
I mind him because he's on Raw right now. That whole show is bad.
All right, fine, but they had the Miz and John Morrison there. We don't need you guys to come. We don't need you here. Goodbye.
Trash.
You had who else came out? Then Biggie and Cesaro get into it, so then they join the whole thing. It's like, come on, guys. Like, we don't need you to have these extended matches. Like, okay, now we're gonna have 10 guys fight. Like, it's not necessary. It's really not like. I mean, it had a couple of bumps here and there that was cool, but I didn't need that match. It made the show go like that. So, the promo was great. I love that promo between Roman and Kevin Owens. Solid, so good. But other than that, the ending of the show, it ruined. The only thing that was good was Braun coming out that saved that whole thing, because other than that, I hated that whole match, because I'm like looking at the time, I'm like, okay, I guess they're gonna just keep drawing this whole thing out. I was just like, oh god, like I wanted to turn the TV off, to be honest.
It was just like, man, like the AJ Daniel Bryan portion of the show of that match was good, and it was just like. Good. Just let them keep wrestling. Don't get involved. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then
but they did it. They did it. That was you're right. I'm sorry, SP. You're so right. That was the Daniel and AJ. If they would have kept going, would have been really good. Because it was already good. And if you could have let it keep going on and just had another match or like have another promo, I don't know. But you didn't need you didn't need everyone to come out. It ruined that particular thing between those two guys.
It's unfortunately it was not Daniel Bryan.
That's that raw
it kind of to me like just hurt the whole flow of everything that was going on. So
that's that raw energy. Get that shit. Keep that shit on Mondays, yo. Yeah. And nobody needed that, yo. They could have had a whole cluster. They could have done they wanted to have their cluster rumble segment. They could have had a cluster rumble segment and just have everybody come to the ring, leave KO and Roman out of it, have the rest of the entrance come through, and Braun Strowman could have just came through, wreck shop, and left. Yeah. Keep all that shit on Mondays, yo. Mondays is so bad right now. It affected SmackDown.
Yeah.
When SmackDown is been so good for the past month, soon as Raw touches that show,
it gets fucked up.
Got fucked. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, keep that shit on Mondays. Yeah. Like, Monday is so bad right now, it infected SmackDown last night.
It's like a sickness. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it was like Raw came with their COVID and infected SmackDown. Cut the shit, bro. Like, if you even interpret it, if you saw a Friday Night Raw, SmackDown got infected with Raw COVID. Like keep that shit on Mondays. Like,
I need to test that right now.
Shit on Monday, because Raw is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, fifth generation Carney got it correct. It was Friday Night Raw. Richie Moon agrees.
Friday Night Raw
agrees with you guys that Raw could use the invitational. John Elite says, to be honest, I think they should have saved Braun for the Rumble.
I think they should have. Yes, absolutely.
I don't.
No,
because it has no value to them for Braun Strowman to come back on Sunday when they have other surprises planned, and all his surprise return would be lost in the shuffle. At least coming out of SmackDown, it's the top noteworthy thing that happened on SmackDown.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the Braun. I love the Braun pop out because he got a spotlight.
He got to end the show in a big way. So
he got a spotlight. He was the man.
We'll talk about someone else coming back before the Royal Rumble.
He killed that Raw COVID.
After this, we read some live chats. We got John Elite saying Sheamus as well. Yeah, we didn't mention that Sheamus just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
he was a part of the match.
No, he was doing commentary. He was doing commentary.
No, he wasn't on commentary. We're talking about Sheamus. Sheamus just
Sheamus, yes.
I'm telling you, they got infected by Raw, yo. I'm telling you, that was an infection.
Yeah, because Sheamus had no business there. He had no business there. It was stupid. It was so stupid. Dumb.
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, the same person that writes Raw writes SmackDown weekly all this time.
Really?
Yep. Richie Moon.
Whoever writes Raw has a case. He has a case of the Mondays every week. Clearly,
Richie Moon says can we show some love to Cesaro, who is seemingly getting a push. What you been thinking about Cesaro's push, Top Guy JJ?
Oh, I love it. I fucking love it because it literally I just hope that he is one of the final four in the Rumble. Because clearly we can see who is potentially getting that push to win it. Unfortunately, the guy that I was going with for the past fucking month and a half, damn sure ain't winning it. But I would love to see him be in the final four. I would love to see Cesaro in the final four. Like, he's been doing that well, and he's been winning a lot of big matches in his style, which has been fucking phenomenal. So yes, I love this hint that Cesaro was getting something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm about to say I don't know. I couldn't hear you.
No.
I thought it was my Wi-Fi. I was like,
I accidentally muted myself, ladies and gents. I'm Richie Moon in the chat. She says Sheamus doing some of his best.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's been really, really under the radar, but Sheamus has really improved his stock over the last couple of weeks. He just has great TV matches. He has the match of the night every Monday night.
He's on the wrong show.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's literally it. Because Raw has been so infected with bullshit that we don't see the good. Because Drew McIntyre has still been awesome. He's still been great. Sheamus has been phenomenal. AJ has been great with almost. It's just the rest of the show, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue to start talking about our final what we missed, which was Monday Night Raw this week. Another rough week for Monday Night Raw, but they did have noteworthy things go on with the return of the Rated R superstar Edge, a absolute masterful promo by the WWE Hall of Famer declaring himself for the Royal Rumble. I just want to point out, no mention of Orton, and only a mention of the title he never lost. We also had, speaking of Orton, he laid out Alexa Bliss with an RKO to end the show.
Which is beautiful.
With his smeared ketchup on his face that was supposed to be burn marks. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. I prefer the Lucha burn victim.
Hey, you know what? But that RKO though, that shit was
great.
The combo between him and Alexa, his deliverance and her selling.
I think it was more had to do with Alexa sell.
Yeah, but the way
you had to hit that perfect.
Yo, he yanked her, and then she just went with the yank. She just went with the shit.
You guys didn't touch on the note that we're having more intergender matches between men and women.
Yeah, we had Sasha versus the Sommelier. We had this one. What you been thinking about the intergender wrestling, Krssi?
I've been actually liking it. I love the match between Sasha and what's his name?
The Sommelier, Reginald.
Reginald, there you go, Reginald. I thought Reginald did actually well. I enjoyed the match. I mean, it is what it is, but I'm liking where they're going with it. I mean, I hope they touch more and make guys and girls more intertwined. So they're doing it with the Randy and Bliss, and it's actually really fun to watch them. I think Sasha and Reginald had fun doing that match. I think you can tell that they were having a good time doing that.
Yeah, it was crazy though. Like within a couple of days, you had one match where they made it very clear that the man could not touch the woman because he did everything to avoid her offense, but nothing to inflict actual damage on her. And then 5 days later, Randy Orton RKO'd a woman.
Well, yeah.
Gotta love it.
So
Gotta
true.
love it.
I mean, the circumstances are very different. I mean, she did.
One burned the other. Yeah, she tried to
She
kill him.
basically tried to kill him. I mean, they're a little different. I mean, according to their standards, it's a little different. She did light his whole face on fire, apparently. So he needed the makeup job from Sephora.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how his makeup improves on Sunday. But the final note from Monday Night Raw. What was your thoughts, JJ, on Edge returning on Raw instead of as a surprise at the Royal Rumble?
I loved it because it gives you it puts the inkling in you. It literally, his promo probably changed so many people's prediction. Because his promo not only changed my prediction, I know that, but it literally like, oh shit. Like it doesn't feel like it's just for a pop right now. It feels like this is to do something with it. This has an intention return. This is an intent return. This is not just I'm coming back for the shits and giggles. I'm coming back for the pop. I'm coming back for the love of the business. I'm coming back with a purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, it is just so much passion for Edge, which has been the theme since his return last year. So I was very happy to have that promo on Monday Night Raw this week. But that's all for what we missed. Now we got to run through the rest of the news. A couple of WWE news notes. Yes, I previewed it.
This is more news for the WWE.
I previewed it at the beginning of the show, but apparently the betting odds are saying that we might see the return of UFC Hall of Famer, the baddest woman on the planet, the woman that was the first ever female to be in the main event of WrestleMania, our Lord and Savior, Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
I'm looking at Krssy's camera the entire time. I have not stopped looking at Krssy's face the entire time. She is numb the entire
I mean, I don't know what type of reaction you guys want from me. The same energy that you've been getting from me ever since the first day you met me.
Yeah, I was watching her reaction the entire time. She was mad.
I don't know what you guys want me to do.
So Krssi Love, what will be your reaction? What will be your reaction if UFC Hall of Famer, former Raw Women's Champion, and the baddest woman on the planet, our Lord and Savior, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, returns on Sunday? What would be your reaction?
The same face right here. She'll come and ruin the Royal Rumble like she did those years ago when she came and pointed at the sign. Like, you took all the shine from girls. Like, okay, bye. Great.
She didn't take all the shine. She elevated that moment. That moment needed a stamp to make it mainstream. And that's what Ronda Rousey gave us.
Okay.
But the reason I bring this up is that Charlotte Flair was actually asked about this with her good friend Alex McCarthy. He actually was a part of a conference call with Charlotte Flair where she was asked, does the WWE need Ronda Rousey? Top Guy Jay, your answer?
Needs? Absolutely not. They definitely don't need her, but they hugely benefit from her. Like they do not need her whatsoever, but she provides substantial benefit to them. Like she would elevate pretty much whoever she is in profile with because of her star power and what she's done with the company already. So there's a big difference between basically your pleasure and what you need and what would benefit them. They don't need her because they have one of the best divisions in all of professional wrestling. But as far as could use her, and who the fuck, what company and what entity would not benefit from Ronda Rousey? Ronda Rousey's name puts marquee on anything she's on. Anything, whether it's the silver screen, whether it's the ring, whether it's fucking commentary, Ronda Rousey is money.
I got it.
Ronda Rousey's money. That's undeniable.
It's for the Peacock people. That's what it is for. There you go.
I wanted to bring this. Speaking of Peacock, I wanted to bring this question back up. WWE, with the money WWE acquired in the deal, how would you like to see them spend it? I'm going to answer this question as well as the question that I posed to Top Guy JJ. Does the WWE need Ronda Rousey? Well, of course they do. Have they cared about the women's division in the past 2 years the way they did when Ronda Rousey was here? No. I think that would be a unanimous no from all of us. Even Miss Krssi Love, that does not like Ronda Rousey, understands that Vince McMahon and the WWE care more about the women when Ronda Rousey is one of those women. So how would I like the WWE to spend their money? Throw the entire bag at our Lord and Savior. We need Ronda Mania 2, but this shouldn't be the year. I would be slightly disappointed if she did come back at the Royal Rumble, because the match...
There's no fans?
No. The match that needs to be made for Ronda Rousey when she eventually does return is Ronda versus Becky Lynch.
By themselves. Don't bring Charlotte in it.
Ronda versus Becky Lynch.
Always needed to be by themselves. I don't know why they put Charlotte in it, but whatever. It always needs to be those two girls.
That ship is sailed. That ship is sailed on them two going one-on-one. And
no, it doesn't, because Vince McMahon still wants it, and Becky still wants it. Well, of course she does, because she'll make more money.
Of course, because that's who Becky. That's who Becky made her some of her best work, just going back and forth with her. Period.
Hey, I made the argument, without Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch would have never hit the heights of superstardom that she did. So that's how I feel, but we got to move on to the rest of our wrestling news. Any final notes, final thoughts on that, either of you?
I just think in final conclusion, none of us has the same opinion on Ronda, but all of us knows that she would benefit the business.
Absolutely. She would definitely benefit the business and benefit WWE more.
Obviously, SP loves it and thinks they need it. I know they would benefit, and Krssi at least knows in factuality that they would do better.
Yes, because WWE would care more. Thus, they need it.
So that's how you got three minds, three different opinions.
Asuka. And Asuka's been champ since when? April?
Asuka is in a... Asuka is just there.
Asuka, and that's sad because Asuka's fucking...
That's Charlotte's fault. That's her pairing up with Charlotte Flair. That's the pairing of Charlotte Flair's fault. We already covered that bullshit. Once she got paired up with Charlotte Flair, that was a dub. That was Asuka's dub right there.
We'll talk about it more when we get to the Royal Rumble preview and predictions, but a couple other WWE news notes. I'm actually just rolling through. Becky Lynch celebrated a birthday this week, so speaking of,
a picture of her and her babes.
Yes. How did you like her? I like how she's looking right now. She looks like she's trying to get back into shape already.
Right. I'm about to say, who knows? It doesn't seem like she lost most of the weight that she had gained. I mean, even though she wasn't that big of a girl, to be honest, but she mostly looked like all belly. But she looks good. I think she's more so enjoying being a mom right now. I don't think I'm sure Vince is like, hey, when you coming back? When you come back? Let me enjoy this time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let her they're going to be but so small, as you can see, SP, for so long.
Sure, you got to take advantage. Speaking of Vince McMahon, he wasn't present on Raw this past week. His brother, Rod McMahon, actually passed away. So, our thoughts and condolences to Vince McMahon, as well as the rest of the McMahon family. Monday Night Raw, like we said, on camera, wasn't that good, but in the ratings they were just only slightly down to 1.819 million viewers for this week's go home edition. We'll have more thoughts on the SmackDown ratings next week, but
are we really gonna see Goldberg fight Drew McIntyre?
Yes, unfortunately.
We're gonna get to that, guys. You gotta relax. And then
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got the same energy on that bullshit, but go ahead.
Final WWE note is John Cena is 100% locked for WrestleMania. Also, thoughts on WrestleMania.
Wait, what?
My God.
He considered.
Didn't the Fiend make him go away?
He's considered 100%.
Oh yeah, anything with the Fiend doesn't count. Okay, got it.
100% a lock for the show. They just don't know what role or what the plan is for his role or his matchup. The only match as of right now that is confirmed to WWE, this is according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, is Roman Reigns' title defense. It isn't known who his opponent will be, but it won't be Shinsuke Nakamura. They have talked about Daniel Bryan being in this picture in the last couple of months. They've also talked about Goldberg, of course, The Rock.
Oh my God, please no.
Come up in this conversation. A few of the matches that they've been building to include Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans, which may be finished before the WrestleMania event. Of course, there is Roman, KO, Randy Orton, and The Fiend, Sasha, and Carmella. But they also noted that all of those feuds should be wrapped up by WrestleMania time. So that is all for the WWE news. AEW news, they made an interesting move this past week, announcing that they are not going to have the Revolution pay-per-view at the end of February, but actually the beginning of March, on March 7th. This is because there is a Canelo boxing fight on the original date at the end of February. They were supposed to be going on with Canelo Alvarez in action. And then the following Saturday is a UFC event, so they decided March 7th will mark their first ever Sunday pay-per-view. You guys ready for
That's
a
beautiful.
Sunday
That's good.
pay-per-view?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't end too late, I'm good.
I can't tell the fucking difference. Saturday, so whatever. It's gonna be
probably
gonna be a great show, but
yeah, I like the fact that they're putting in consideration their viewership. They're looking at who's going to watch their show. So they know people are going to watch those fights. Fight nights are more of a staple in people's households. You got to have fight nights.
Right, yes.
I mean, like, those are staples. It's been a staple forever. And they will still make money, even if it's for 10 minutes. They're still going to make money. So they're thinking about who's going to watch our shows. And we don't want to lose money. We want to make our money. So let's push it back. Give us more time. Let's do the right thing for our company where we can make money, and we'll do it on a Sunday.
It's just smart business on
smart business, very smart business.
We got New Japan news. Like I said before, the New Beginning cards on February 10th and 11th have been confirmed, and we're going to do a preview and predictions for those cards next week right here on Tru Heel Heat. Impact Wrestling news, Moose's contract is actually about to be expired. It runs out in June of 2021. I think Impact Wrestling, after what we saw at Hard to Kill, needs to do everything in their power to re-sign Moose. You were with us on Tru Heel Heat 109. Top Guy JJ, what was your thoughts on Moose's performance in the main event of Hard to Kill?
Oh, great. It's great. Like there's no way. I honestly, there's certain things that's just the writing's got to be on the wall. There's no way Impact Wrestling can let Moose go. And I think that they're not going to let him go. They have invested a lot of their year into him, even last year. Like they've done a lot for Moose, and Moose has done a lot for the company. So I think they're just a perfect match for each other. Like there's just no way. Like there's nothing else out there that should be more appealing to Moose than resuming his career and his progression with Impact Wrestling. Like there's no reason for him to change outfits or suitors right now.
Yeah, he's really one of those guys. Like I said, I want them to give more opportunities to Ace Austin, Chris Bay. If they have re-signed Trey Miguel, he's one of those other like young guys that they can build around. Although Moose is older in age because he, of course, had his stint in the NFL before he came over to wrestling, he is a relatively young star in the professional wrestling world. Only started wrestling, I believe, in 2014. So he's still very, very young in his professional wrestling career. So he's another guy that Impact need to lock up. And then our final news note, MLW next week will have Los Parks, the new MLW tag team champions. They will be in action defending the titles for the first time. Who their opponents are will be announced during the week. And that brings us to our final segment, preview and predictions for the Royal Rumble. Before we get to that, let's see what the comments have to say about.
Yeah, I saw something that I highly don't agree with, but you're gonna get to it.
We got Richie Moon saying, bring back the Lucha Mask. Randy, I agree. John Elite says, speaking of Edge, should he be in the title picture or even hold the title before calling it quits? I will give you my thoughts, and I will answer this when I do my predictions for the Royal Rumble, because it's a loaded one for sure. Richie Moon says, Reginald is a bumping machine. Generation Carney says, whatever they are doing with Riddle's character is it apparently disgrace to cannabis users everywhere.
Aww.
Bro.
I mean, we gotta ask Chris G. Is he embarrassed by Riddle? You guys think so?
I would hope so. Because after that blatant miss of the stomped foot on Raw, like how do you yo, what?
Yeah.
Like moving on.
Yes. Fifth generation Carney, Ronda Rousey's no Peacock, but she still draws the dough. I couldn't agree more. We also got Richie Moon. That's a fact with Becky. The man doesn't happen without Flair, Ronda, and of course, us, the fans. John Elite says, yes, please. Ronda, Becky, one-on-one. Nobody else involved. Richie Moon says, Asuka is a prop in all of her storylines. Unfortunately, very true. Richie
It's
Moon
so
also,
sad.
Richie
So
Moon
sad.
says, smart move to move a revolution. I agree. And then fifth generation Carney, I think we came to the comment that Top Guy JJ doesn't agree with. Moose looks like he has no passion for the wrestling. He seems very wooden.
That might be the most asinine comment I heard on this show so far. Like I even meeting him, and it's like he has been growing and he has been establishing and developing himself for the past 5 to 6 years. He has finally started to get, like, have we not been watching Moose in 2020? Have we not seen the work he's put in with the promos and the people? Like, have we not paid attention to Moose? To not, I don't know what we watching on that end. We probably see eye to eye on a lot, but Moose, I think you need to watch a little bit more and pay a little bit more attention to Moose, because that is definitely not an accurate statement.
I think you're on the money there, sir. So I won't even continue with that. Let's move on to Royal Rumble preview and predictions.
Ooh-wee.
Tomorrow is the big show, one of the most exciting events of the calendar year. I know we got to do our own preview and predictions for New Japan.
It's in the Thunderdome, right?
Yeah, of course. New Japan, we got New Japan Pro Wrestling New Beginning. We're going to preview and predictions next week. So it doesn't give us an opportunity to do like one of our rankings or lists like we usually do after big events. So I'm going to ask you guys before we get into the matches, your top 3 Royal Rumble matches in history. Yes. Wow. I will start things off and I will say 1992.
Oh, yes.
Not fair to Flair. 2001, not really the final Attitude Era Royal Rumble, but it's the one where Kane breaks the streak for most eliminations. Stone Cold wins his 3rd Royal Rumble. You get the classic showdown between Austin and The Rock in the Royal Rumble, the hardcore Royal Rumble portion. It just has so many bits, so great, so much fun. Drew Carey's in that one, so it's so much to unlock. So, but I said 3. And that's where it becomes difficult because those 2 are locks. But my 3rd one is between 2. I love 2010 with Shawn Michaels' story trying to get back to versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You had the CM Punk sermon in the beginning of the match. You got Edge's return. You got the rivalry set up for WrestleMania 26 throughout that one. Very fun, great Royal Rumble. Probably one of the best of the past decade. But the best one of the decade, my good friend Top Guy JJ and myself were there live for, and my 3rd favorite is the 2018 Royal Rumble.
I'm about to say, if that shit ain't on your list, I'm fucking you up.
Shinsuke Nakamura winning, and honestly, probably the best booked Royal Rumble in the history of Royal Rumble matches is 2018.
Yeah.
Top guy JJ, what's your 3?
That to me is my number. That to me, hey, you know what? The 1992 one, that star-studded.
That's a classic. Yeah,
that's the definition of star-studded. Like that shit had the industry in it.
That's the pinnacle of it. Yeah,
like,
that's it.
That shit had the industry. My second one is 2018. Like that final four and that finish, and that shit was epic. That shit was magical. But
that was in Philly. What was that one at?
That was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That was in Philadelphia. Shinsuke Nakamura and Roman Reigns at the end, that back and forth. That shit was that. If you haven't watched that one,
made you you guys like made that show. Like it gives. I still feel goosebumps from that show.
But just the execution was so spot on. And you know what? And you what's crazy is that I really like that the 2019 Rumble I thought it was decent, but nothing compares to that 2001 one. 2001, like 2000, you got it like that Austin winning his third one. That shit was really, really good as well. And I only brought up 19 because I just recently watched the shit and I was like, okay, this is actually pretty decent. And then I watched the comical one, the 1999 one. That was like goodness gracious, that shit was just hilarious to see.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Like if you were high, that's the perfect Rumble to watch because you remember the Monday Night Wars, and then you hear Razor Ramon's music and you think, oh shit, Razor's back. And then you get the fake Razor Ramon, and then like 10 picks later, you had the fake Diesel. I was like, yo, this shit is like stoner heaven.
It's a stoner's dream.
Oh God! And then the ref was obviously high too because they didn't fucking remember that they didn't see how the fuck there's like 7 referees and none of them saw Brett eliminate Stone Cold.
Yeah.
No, gotta love the 90s. Miss Krssi Love, what's your 3?
Definitely 92, of course. That's like the childhood. Like you're a little kid and you just watching this is like golden. I'm gonna give 2020. Bianca
really
started
great one.
off. It's like 2020 was like we thought the year was going to be a good year, and it fucking turned into shit. But it was like that was an awesome pay-per-view.
That was a great show. Yes,
that was a great 2020's Rumble was amazing. It had so many gems in there. Edge coming back, Bianca doing so good. Brock was like it was. I thought it was amazing. I'd love 2020 to be honest.
You know what? I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna remove 2001 and insert 2020.
2020
that shit was that good.
Yeah, 2020 redeemed.
And mind you, did you mention Beth Phoenix?
I didn't get there yet. You didn't let me finish.
My bad. That shit got me excited. I'm sorry.
You had so much going on. You had Edge, Beth Phoenix, Bianca. Like she knew the night before, which you heard Chronicles was amazing. I love me a Bianca. She will go over Becky for me, if anything. I said it. Yes, I did. Yep. I said what I said. She found out the night before, and she did a phenomenal job. Drew winning. I think the whole show had like wasn't it Roman and who was it Roman and Kevin?
Well, we're just talking about the match.
Okay.
Oh, that 2020 men's match with Brock Lesnar in the beginning. That was like the most epic start to a Rumble in every Rumble ever. Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
I mean, the Royal Rumble match. Yes, that 2020 is my number one. My third one would be. I'm gonna agree with SP. The one with Stone Cold winning his third one, I thought was. I mean, I was a Stone Cold like. We love Stone Cold, even though he was supposed to be like the most baddest person. He cussed a lot, but our parents let us watch that shit, and it was just like it was golden to us, and we loved every moment of it. So those would be my 3. So yeah,
good list all around. I would say at the women's, my favorite one is 2019, and yes, I know Becky Lynch won that one, but that's the best one.
But I mean, it was a good. That was good, and she got in because of Lana.
Yes. So, and Finley showing country bias.
Yes. But no, that was the first time of being at the stadium too, right?
I think that was one of the. No, I think 2017 was in Astrodome or some place like
Yeah.
that. It did have the long entranceway for
But
sure.
yeah, oh man, yeah, the 2020s was fucking phenomenal. Like that Brock start was fucking
19 and 20 were great. Yes.
And Bianca and Alexa, that was that was beautiful. Good choice.
So I have to move on because 2020 great, one of the best pay-per-views of the year. You can see our list of the year-end countdown to see where that placed. But we got to talk about this year, the 2021, and I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start from the top of the card, work my way down until we get to the Rumble matches. So let's start off hot with the WWE Championship matchup. Drew McIntyre defends against Goldberg. This all started when Goldberg returned on the Legends Night edition of Monday Night Raw. He challenged Drew McIntyre, saying that Drew didn't have respect for the Legends. Drew
which is retarded to me, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Drew had his whole bout with COVID, but we got our face-to-face this past week with the two men basically telling each other that they were next. So who do you think wins? Bill Goldberg, Drew McIntyre? Who walks out of the Royal Rumble, the WWE champion? Miss Krssi Love.
Do you have any did your people, any of your friends tell you anything about this? Because if Goldberg wins, I don't know, man. I can't and every time he goes against someone, he wins the championship. Like, can he lose? Like,
I know my predictions help you guys out. So for this one, I will go first. And I will say on Wrestling Daily, I've gone on record and said Bill Goldberg will defeat Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship on January 31st, 2021 at the Royal Rumble. Why? Because you're not going to fool me 3 times in a row, sir. We all saw Goldberg defeating Kevin Owens in 2017. But everybody, their mama, their grandmother, their grandson and daughter all said, nah, he's not going to beat The Fiend. He can't beat The Fiend.
You're right. We said it. Yes. You said yes.
Character in the business. He can't beat The Fiend.
Yes.
He did. You're not going to fool me 3 times, Bill Goldberg.
You're right. You're fucking right, SP. I see. That's why I say I knew you knew something. I told you. Fucking Bill Goldberg. Fuck you. Ugh. That's my pick. Fuck it.
JJ?
There is no fucking way on God's green earth I am picking Bill fucking Goldberg in this match. I stuck to my shit with the Keith Lee debacle. I am sticking to my shits. Goldberg ain't winning this fucking match. He's not. I don't have a reason as to why he's not winning this match. I am just not picking his sorry ass to win this match and ruin another man's career, because both titles that he has taken from men, he has ruined their future in championship gold. He has ruined Kevin Owens. He ruined The Fiend. Yeah. The only person that's unruinable that he couldn't ruin was Brock Lesnar. You can't ruin Brock Lesnar. He ruins anything else he touches. He ain't ruining Drew McIntyre. Fuck that. No. Drew McIntyre is beating his old ass, hitting him with 17 claymores, because you know he ain't staying down after the first 3 unless he's concussed. Drew McIntyre for the fucking win.
I pray and I hope that the gods are listening to you, Jada. I pray that is the outcome of this. But like SP said,
I am not going with my head on this one. I am going all heart. I am not going with my head on this one. Fuck that. I do not want my brain to work this time. I want my heart to pump, and I want my heart to feel like a wrestling fan. And that son of a bitch just shows up, gets a title match. He needs to lose finally and get fucking humbled.
And as SP has proven to us time and time again, when we go with our heart, it fails us.
I was right about Keith Lee, though.
I mean, yeah.
I want that broken clock to be twice. I want it to be right twice. I got it right once. It needs to be twice.
He's like,
I'm hoping for number 2 to be tomorrow.
JJ's like, it's been 6 months since I was right.
This is a terrible choice. Me picking Drew. I am on. This is a horrible choice with me picking Drew McIntyre right now. This is actually a bad choice. But fuck it, I'm going for the broken clock right method. Drew McIntyre for the fucking win.
Go for it, sir. We got
we're gonna be in the chat talking to each other. I can't wait.
We got for the SmackDown Women's title on the line. Carmella will get a shot at Sasha Banks. These two ladies had a very good matchup at TLC. Carmella then defeated Sasha in tag team action to earn this opportunity. We also, like we talked about earlier, Sasha Banks defeated her sommelier, Reginald, or as Corey likes to call him, Reggie. Who do you think?
Reggie, yes.
Mella or Sasha? Let's go to you, Top Guy JJ.
Oh, come on, Sasha Banks, man. This is easy. Come on, stop the bullshit.
I'm going with Sasha Banks as well. Miss Krssi Love.
Sasha across the board. I love how Corey gets those little hidden gems where he gets to talk about Camilla.
Oh, he gets to talk about his woman. Yeah.
He's like, like, and mind you, she's like 2 feet away from, like, she's not, like, she's only like, she's next to him right there. He's like, how good does Carmella look right now, guys? Like, come on, like, oh, Reggie, come on, Reggie, you can do it. I love it. It's so good on SmackDown. I love it. Go ahead. Sorry.
You gotta love him being the Sith Lord.
Yep.
If I didn't say this already, please put in the live chat as well as the comment section.
Who you want to pick? Yes.
Yeah, who you guys have picking for the Royal Rumble. We want to know your prediction. Yes. And of course,
I'm praying to God to be right on McIntyre.
I swear.
The round table chat is gonna
but Goldberg's record shows every person that he goes against for the title.
Listen, he was right. He won 173 times before catching that L. There's gonna be that time where he catches that L. Fuck this.
He had to make it to 173. I think he can make it to 3-0 against champions with the title on now.
Has it only been 3 champions? No,
Kevin Owens, The Fiend, and now Drew McIntyre.
Oh my God, I can't. Go ahead.
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
McIntyre, it's fucked up.
Women's Tag Team Championship is on the line. You got Charlotte Flair and the Raw Women's Champion Asuka defending against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. These two teams went up against each other at TLC, with Flair and Asuka getting the victory to become the champions. And since then, you wouldn't even know they were friends. Asuka and Charlotte, because they haven't even been involved in the same story. And I don't even know how we got to this matchup here, but we're here. Flair and Asuka versus Jax and Baszler. Who you got, Miss Krssi Love?
Flair and Asuka.
Flair and Asuka for Miss Krssi. Top Guy JJ.
I'm going with Baszler and Nia because they need to just get Asuka and Charlotte on their own programs already. Like this is a waste of time having Charlotte and Asuka as a women's champ. It's a waste of time.
Let Charlotte focus on Lacey.
It's a complete waste of time, and I hope it's Lacey that costs her the title. Because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time having Charlotte. They just needed to get that peg on Charlotte's career that she's been a tag team champion. Now just get it off.
Because she could be a Grand Slam.
It's a complete waste of fucking time.
I love that Lacey came out in Ric Flair's dripped robe. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, she came out with the drip.
Yeah, gotta love a lot of love. Lacey playing on the emotions of horny Ric Flair.
I love it. I'm here for it. I wasn't here for it when it started, but I'm here for it. I love it. It's so funny.
WWE Universal Championship is on the line. Last man standing matchup. We got Roman Reigns going one-on-one with Kevin Owens. It was Reigns who defeated Owens back at TLC with the hope of Jey Uso in the tables, ladders, and chairs match. He also beat Owens in a steel cage match on the Christmas Day SmackDown thanks to help from his cousin. He then took out Kevin Owens, and we thought we were going to get Reigns versus Adam Pearce until Adam Pearce pulled the okie doke and got Kevin Owens to sign the contract. Owens laid out Reigns last week on SmackDown with the pop-up powerbomb through the announce table, and then they exchange an emotional war of words on this week's episode, with Reigns saying that Owens wasn't raised right by his father, which means that his grandfather didn't raise his father right. Awesome stuff. Go out of your way to see that promo. Roman versus KO3. Who do you got, Top Guy JJ?
It's a perfect blow off. I mean, it's a perfect blow off. This is basically what I had asked for basically a month ago. Like, this is the perfect blow off. Like, they've been having great television, but this is obviously one of those deals that he was the perfect guy to get Roman through this season so he can go into WrestleMania as champion. Roman Reigns is winning this match, but it's going to be a fantastic match yet again. They're going to put on another stellar performance.
Yep.
Kevin Owens will come out of this looking very strong, but it won't be as champion. It will still be your tribal chief, my tribal chief, your Lord and Savior. This is our guy, our chief, our king, Roman Reigns.
You got to put your lays on. Put your lays on.
As far as I'm sorry if I missed it, but did we get your pick on the ladies?
Who?
Yours on the ladies.
No, I don't think I have. I'm going with Jackson Baszler. I think Asuka and Charlotte, there's no reason for them to hold the titles. They're not even involved in the same story anymore.
Yeah, makes sense.
This is very true. Okay.
Exactly.
Krssi, who do you have? Owens versus Reigns.
My tribal chief.
Our tribal chief.
Tribal chief, yes.
I'm going to make it unanimous. Roman Reigns gets the victory. And here we go, guys. It is the most important time of the year in the WWE.
Oh my God.
Rumble.
Yes, sir.
Men's and women's Royal Rumble.
Is so fun.
It is so much fun. It's going to be a different one with no fans, but it's still going to be a whole lot of
you ain't going to pipe the shit out of them crowd chants. You going to what? It's going to be 40,000 people in that building.
Let's do ladies first. Ladies Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh my God, I don't know.
The announced participants are Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Mandy Rhodes, Dana Brooke. I will give a side that Dana Brooke did tell the Twitter universe that she was doing all right after a very nasty bump.
Oh, Nia Jax. Oh my God, Jesus! Nia Jax sat down for a little bit.
Hey, it could have been a regular bump. Maybe she just didn't take it correctly. We can't always point the finger at Nia, even though it's easy to do that. Peyton Royce also in the match. Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Tamina Snuka. And hear this, guys. A 18 more participants to be announced. So we're gonna get
bring back all the old ladies from before, and
we're gonna get a couple of surprises in there. Maybe a Lord and Savior. Who knows? Miss Krssi Love, let's start with you. Ladies first. Who do you have winning?
Oh God!
This year's Women's Royal Rumble.
I'm going to go with Miss Belair because I want her to go against Sasha, and I think those two can give us such gold for WrestleMania, and she will be the first Black woman to win. So
that is true. That is true.
I mean, I can't be mad either way. She would be still one of the first to. Like, I don't know. I feel like my heart is with her for some strange reason. My backup would probably be,
You know it's at the tip of your tongue.
Ronda Rousey.
You know it's at the tip of your tongue. You know it's there.
I don't want to say it.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't hurt yourself.
I don't want to say it. I'm gonna puke. So
JJ, who you got winning the Women's Royal Rumble this year?
I think let's stay consistent. Let's stay consistent. We've been riding the hand of Bianca Belair for the entire time. But I just hope that they blew off the Bayley rivalry because I don't want them to pull each other down.
Yeah.
Like if they're gonna continue it, I hope that Belair wins and then it continues to Bayley trying to fight her for that spot.
Yeah.
But I just don't hope that Bayley cost her the Rumble. Like I don't go backwards. Do this, accelerate. So I hope that it is Bianca Belair that wins this Rumble because that thing they did last week was so good. One that just makes sense. It just makes sense. So pull the trigger. It makes sense.
You're also going with Bianca Belair.
I am going with Bianca Belair.
All right.
So and who are you going with?
And based on her performance last year, she was in there over a half hour. She had a stellar performance in the Rumble last year, only built on that. Like, come on, pull the trigger.
So I am going to make this unanimous. Bianca Belair for all three of us for the Women's Royal Rumble. I agree with you. Her Chronicle special kind of put it all together. Although her defeating Bayley may be like the WWE, oh, we gave you that one because we weren't going to give you this
right,
one.
That's what I'm afraid of. But I'm
a little
going with it.
I'm a little afraid of that, but I had to put in my prediction. My dark horse is definitely Rhea Ripley.
Yes, she's another. Yes. I forgot about her. Yes,
that story writes itself. Charlotte and Asuka lose the tag team titles at the Royal Rumble. Rhea wins the Royal Rumble by last eliminating Charlotte. And then in the two pay-per-views before the Royal Rumble, Charlotte, of course, beats Asuka.
Asuka to win. Yes. And it'll be her. Yes.
Charlotte 1 year in the making. And this time Rhea gets the victory. So that story.
I like that one.
It kind of writes itself. It kind of lends us thinking that is a possibility. But I am going with my heart, my mind, which has all been saying Bianca Belair. We got to move on to the men.
We didn't talk about that obstacle course, but that was freaking fantastic last week. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was fun. We got to talk
that
about
Bianca carried Otis for come on, dude.
So much
Bianca
talent.
is special.
So much talent. We got to talk about the men's Royal Rumble, though. That is our final match that we are previewing here on our live edition of Tru Heel Heat. Thank you, everyone that has continued watching. Please,
the comment section's been lit.
Please tell us in the live chat, the comment section, your predictions. But our final matchup, the men's Royal Rumble, the announced participants are Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Otis, The Miz, Jey Uso, Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Big E, Sheamus, John Morrison, Edge, Elias, Mustafa Ali, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, and 11 more to be announced. So I'm going to go to Top Guy JJ first for this one. Who do you have winning the men's Royal Rumble?
So I'm going to give you what I want to be my final four, and then I'm going to give you my winner. Can I do that?
That's fine.
So I want my final four to be Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, Edge, and Randy Orton.
Ooh,
So I want that to be my final four. And out of that, one of those things that literally the writings, edge, like it just has edge. Like I keep, every time I make this look, I'm like edge. It just says edge. Unless injury happens, I just see edge. I just keep thinking edge. That's the only fucking thing that edge. Like I was going with Lashley for the last 4 or 5 months. But I just this debacle with Riddle and the Hurt, they're trajecting down. They're going downward. And I just don't see no, the Hurt business, not Lashley, but just that all together is hurting. It's not making Lashley look that much. This shit with Riddle is a disaster. And I don't see them turning that crap and turning him into a Rumble winner. I'm going with Edge. That's all. I just keep saying Edge. I gave you my final four, but that's Edge. I just see Edge.
That is a fair choice, to be sure, sir. Miss Krssi Love, who do you have in the men's Royal Rumble?
Okay, so I had my dark horse would be Big E, but this one was the hard one for me. The women one was a shoe, and I already knew what I was going to pick. The men's one is very, very difficult. And then we seen Edge's promo. I'm like, okay. And then SP says Daniel Bryan as well. And I'm like, dang it. Who can it be? I am going to pick I'll go with Edge. But my dark horse would be Drew. Big
E.
Yes.
That is fair. Let's pull up our predictions right here.
Who we got?
We got JJ with Edge. We got Krssi Love with Edge. And I gotta be different. I want to go with Edge. I left the option open for me to pick Edge, but I think Daniel Bryan's promo on last night's SmackDown convinced me otherwise. That was a promo that a guy that is 2 days before winning the Royal Rumble would cut And that's like the perfect promo they can just place in the hype package for the men's Royal Rumble. This everything that he talked about. And I just think that that's like the one major guy that's active on the SmackDown roster that would be a big WrestleMania matchup for Roman Reigns. And like we said earlier, all the other matchups are kind of up in the air for WrestleMania. It's only Roman Reigns' matchup. I would love to choose Big E in this position. That was the guy I went for maybe as far back as November. Yep. But they gave him his moment winning the Intercontinental title. Yep. He doesn't seem to have that momentum to win the Royal Rumble this year. Not to say Daniel Bryan does, but we have seen in the past WWE like somebody to take a couple of falls before they have their big major win. So Daniel Bryan would be someone that would be.
And to your credit with the pick, I think with this Rumble, without having guys like Seth Rollins, without having guys like, even though Seth, he might make a surprise entrance. I don't know if it was his injury status, but if he makes it, like, without guys like dominating the headlines like him, Roman Reigns, this might be one of the most unpredictable Royal Rumble finishers ever.
Yeah,
I think Alex on Wrestling Daily said
there's like 7 people that can win this thing, and I don't think we would be mad at pretty much any of them.
There's at least 4 to 5 options in both matches that make sense, that we wouldn't be upset over. The Women's Royal Rumble, like we all picked Bianca Belair. Like I said, the dark horse is Rhea Ripley. We talked about the option of Ronda Rousey coming back. There's an outside of the world option. Becky Lynch is the John Cena of women, and she comes back and wins the Royal Rumble. Bayley to set up Bayley and Sasha.
Ding dong.
At WrestleMania.
That would be so good.
Sonya Deville having the power of being next to Adam Pearce, using her power to get into the Royal Rumble. There's so many.
That's a good one.
They can go there. The men's Royal Rumble, like we said, Edge and Daniel Bryan seem to be the favorites. We all love Big E. All would love to see that. Nobody would be mad if they were wrong that Big E got the victory. But for the women's Royal Rumble, you can have Alexa Bliss win that. For the men's Royal Rumble, you can have The Fiend win that. Literally, this is one of the most open years for both Royal Rumbles ever.
Go down the list of names. You got Randy Orton, you got Edge, you got Cesaro, you got Daniel Bryan, you got Shinsuke Nakamura, you got Big E, you got Lashley, you got Braun Strowman making. Like, there's so many people that could win this damn thing because no one has been built as the favorite.
Can it safe to say that we are all in agreement that we won't be upset who wins it?
No, we will be, because
you think so?
If Charlotte Flair wins,
she can't win. I can't have Charlotte
Flair wins.
Everybody will be upset. Yeah, you're right.
She will be Roman Reigns of 2015.
Right, you're absolutely right. I don't want her to win. If she wins it, it's gonna fuck up the women's division.
But when it comes to the men, I think that might fit when it comes to the men's.
Wrong again. Bill Goldberg loses to the Claymore kick.
Oh, no. Goldberg ain't working twice in one night.
He loses to the Claymore kick in 3 seconds. Literally, he only takes one bump, then he wants to prove himself and make his way back to
if they are the opening match, that prediction scares me. If they're that would mean Drew McIntyre would retain.
Yeah, you would be right on one thing.
Yes.
And then we would all be wrong on the Rumble.
Right.
I don't think anybody wants to be that wrong. There are options, and WrestleVotes did report this week. They did tweet out that there is an option for the Royal Rumble winner that scares them. So we shall see.
Okay, so I take back my whole statement that I just said, because that would piss me the hell off.
You know who scares me?
Who?
Otis.
Could be. We didn't see Otis coming before. Right. Could be. We got fifth generation.
Right.
Talking about Riddle, he says, I'm an everyday stoner, and he makes us all look bad.
That's so true.
Richie Moon defending Moose says he's doing his best work right now, in my opinion. Fifth generation says he's going to watch him and pay more attention to him, brother. And Richie Moon says he's a big part of why I watch Impact now. And talking about Edge, he says, I don't think Edge needs to win the belt again. At this point in his career, he's bigger than the belt. And then a final comment from Richie Moon. He says, Bill Goldberg is definitely going to win at the Royal Rumble. So that is all for Tru Heel Heat 110 or Royal Rumble.
I can't wait for this roundtable, boy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us live here tomorrow night. I would say it will be under an hour after the Royal Rumble is all wrapped up, 45 minutes after the entire Royal Rumble is all wrapped up. You could join us live right here on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel for our Royal Rumble 2021 pay-per-view roundtable review. Myself, Top Guy JJ will be on there. Maybe we'll even get Drunk Romeo, because Romeo loves to drink on the Royal Rumble. Drunk Guy JJ will give him a couple of shots. He'll definitely get on and cry about Randy Orton not winning the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's going to be uncensored, and our first WWE pay-per-view that we're going to do a live roundtable on. Man, you don't want to miss this. This is going to be
lit. I'm already going to be fucked up. I'm already going to be fucked up.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Check out our lineup on our YouTube channel right now. We got the latest AE recap just went up. Will be up this weekend. We got Blunt Impact that's up right now. Wednesday Night Warriors, a new J News Japan. Our good brother Richie's Raw recap. We had Wednesday Night Warriors from last week. Check that out with Marcus Cash and Chris G. AE recap will be up tomorrow morning, as well as an all-new True Rewind will be up probably on Monday this week. Usually it's out on Thursdays, but we're going to drop it a little bit earlier this coming week, as well as the latest Dark Power, Blunt Impact, another Wednesday Night Warriors AE recap, and you might see my face maybe one or two more times. Who knows? But that is our lineup right now on our Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel. Check me out on Wrestling Daily with Alex McCarthy. One of my favorite episodes ever with Alex, our first one of 2021. And speaking of Royal Rumble, I actually, you guys can go out of your way to see the actual scene. It's up on my Twitter page right now. But I was talking about my heart wanting Big E to win the men's Royal Rumble, but then I said my mind, and it made Alex say, "Well, my mind is telling me no." But then he changed
my body.
My body's
telling me yeah.
He changed it to my mind's telling me Big E, and then I responded, "But my body is telling me yes, yes." Great stuff. Go out of your way to watch
it.
Wrestling Daily. Honestly, my favorite episode of Wrestling Daily yet. Krssi Love, tell them where they can find you on social media.
You can find me. I'm Miss Krssi Love. I am on IG, Twitter, and on Facebook _ Miss Krssi Love, or just Krssi Lynch.
Top Guy JJ.
And on Instagram, you can find me at Tru Heel _ Top Guy JJ. Facebook, I'm simply Justin Johnson. I'm on Instagram a lot more than Facebook. But yeah, I can't wait for this weekend. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
It is very exciting.
Very excited for sure. And you can follow all of us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Tru Heel Heat. Follow our good friends over at Mission Pro Wrestling. Mission Pro Wrestling next event is coming up on next Saturday, February 6th. It is called Wishes Granted, and it's going to be at the Pinball's Kingdom in Rudu, Texas. And I got a couple of cool interviews coming up on our YouTube channel this coming week. I was speaking to Holodead. I'll be speaking to Maddie Ronkowski. I'll also be speaking to Masha Slamovich, which is the greatest professional wrestling name of all time. So check out Mission Pro Wrestling, Wishes Granted, next Saturday, February 6th. A whole bunch of talent and the future of women's pro wrestling is up on there. But follow our friends, Wrestling Travel, Battle Club Pro, My Battery is Dying over here on YouTube, Jimmy Macaram, Wrestling Travel. Wrestling Daily has its own YouTube channel now, so definitely check that out as well. And if you want to see me, Instagram, Tru Heel _ Epic SP3. You can listen to Tru Heel Heat on iTunes, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite audio podcast platforms. And of course, like this video, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family. Push the iCard to subscribe and the bell below that to press all for all notifications for the great content right here on Tru Heel Heat. And Fifth Generation says, this is the first time I've ever watched y'all won't be the last. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Generation
Yes, sir.
Carney.
This is fun.
We always appreciate the love. So for Miss Krssi Love, for our resident Tru Heel alcoholic top guy JJ,
Let us in.
until Tru Heel Heat 111 next week, or until tomorrow night, our Royal Rumble pay-per-view roundtable review. This has been Tru Heel Heat 110. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. We are signing off until next time. Bye. Bye, guys. See ya.